I never see. So I'm calling on the people from the least to grand folk. Come with me, let us go back labor. If you want to see progress, don't give yourself stress. Come with me and let us go labor. Vote in labor again. Territory. Vote in labor again. Bruce. Whether lightning, thunder, sun or rain. Vote in labor again. Vote in labor again. Vote in labor again. Whether earthquake, tsunami or hurricane. Vote in labor again. Roscoe Central. Hey, labor power. Hey, yepa. The housing revolution going on in my nation. Those are things I never see. A university graduate in every home. Those are things I never see. The new hospital powered by geothermal, the Rosso Promenade and the Stockton Sport Complex. All this is testimony of a leader who care. Come with me, let us vote back labor. Vote in labor again. Vote in labor again. Whether lightning, thunder, sun or rain. Vote in labor again. Vote in labor again. Rosso Valley. Vote in labor again. Rosso South. Whether earthquake, tsunami or hurricane. Vote in labor again. South Green. Labor rights. Wave your right. Whatever red you have in your hand, red. Give it. Ça puis conseiller ou gagne cheval gros bouquin pas que j'aime aider au chaiser 365 jours dans l'année chaise l'année ou cabalier garder ou pas yon côté ou ka crier pour élection actuellement élection arrivée garder ou calibrage mais jour à que arrivé la démocratie c'est encore moi les ouais maman ça ou que faire faut il labor again faut il labor again call it home whether lightning thunder sun or rain faut il labor again faut il labor again faut il labor again whether earthquake, tsunami or hurricane. Vote in labor again. Give me. Vote in labor again. Wesley. Vote in labor again. Marigot. Whether lightning, thunder, sun or rain. Vote in labor again. Vote in labor again. Vote in labor again.
Uh-huh. Everybody! He shall not be, we shall not be moved. He shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, never party shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, never party shall not be moved. They could come and propaganda, all their lies and all their slander, try to mislead the people with their hate and all their evil. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. The best thing that happened to this country is Garrett and the Labour Party. We wanna bring to bankruptcy. Now have a growth in the economy. Got to a leader with endless vision, youthfulness and dedication. Suspect that things would be tight. Went to China on the next flight. Cuba and Venezuela, what a brilliant leader. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. They could come with propaganda, all the lies and the slander, trying to mislead my people with their hate and evil. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. That's it. Inshallah, no question, inshallah, no question, inshallah, no question, inshallah. Talk on the red, wave it over your head. All of them forget the current people. Labour stepping, they want to come struggle. For the Kalinagos have no respect. Expecting them on the water project. Superior said used to burn to Labour to build their seawall. Zero, they would have to back it. Water tank on Labour fix it. Whether you teach a leader, elder, must give credit to Labour. You better believe it. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the water, Labour Party shall not be moved. Look out for we 5-star hotel. Highway to Posse as well. Seek public construction. Roads to remodification. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the water, Labour Party shall not be moved. Dance up. Inshallah, no question, inshallah, no question, inshallah. Just something red, wave them over your head. Some will never see the importance to give up for people assistance. So they have a problem with the clinic. Make sure stay they want to block it. Imagine they get in office, what would be their wicked practice? It's for people who put you there. At all time you got to show you care. The party in a working mood, don't interrupt that mood. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, just like the trees that's planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. The government helping squatters to get their land and quarters, helping people, some of you have an issue. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. You better know inshallah, you question inshallah, you question inshallah. Raise up something red, raise that over your head. Indeed it is first time in our history people get medical for free. 18 and under and over 65. You shall never be deprived. Big focus on human resource, people well-being, comfort, universal education, scholarship and transportation. What a selfless party who develops our country. Yeah. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. Oh, but what a brilliant stadium. The bridge and road all around. Improvement on all road networks. Airport beauty is no joke. We shall not be. We shall not be. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. Everybody! water. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah. Put up something here. Roll it over your head. Shake, shake, everybody. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah. Not white, not green, not yellow, not blue. Hey, let me see you shoot. Let me see you shoot. Show me how well you do. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah. Wait until we're ready. Wait it over your head. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah. Inshallah, no wasting. Inshallah. 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 All aboard! Where my people at? Are you ready? Ready, ready, ready. Here we go. Wait for me. Get there. Captain's carriage ring the bell and we ready. Ready to vote back the party. Captain ordained by God and we ready. Ready to vote back the LP. A driver everybody could trust. A driver religious men endorse. So make sure your vote is counted. Labour Party is bound to succeed. Hey. Everybody branch on the Labour train. Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Can push into Scott's head on the Labour train. Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. A train for progress, fairness and success. The train is passing through. Love and humility in every community. The train is passing through. Everybody branch on the Labour train. The Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Can push into Scott's head on the Labour train. The Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Don't leave me down, I want to be there. Plenty red in the atmosphere. You ready, put your hands in the air. Ready, ready, ready. Ready to do it again. In the sun or under the rain. Everyone on the Labour train. Ready and ready and ready and ready. Wave your hand if you on the train. Jump along if you on the train. Shout it out if you on the train. Whoa. Wave your hand if you on the train. Jump along if you on the train. Everyone on the Labour train. Yeah. Great leadership is everything. So we ready to vote Scarrow and the party. We don't want that bogus driver to get in. So we ready to vote Scarrow and the party. To eradicate poverty. We take education seriously. We taking care of the poor and the needy. Cause they are part of the family. Hey. Everybody branch on the Labour train. Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Can push into Scott's head on the Labour train. Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Cottage and Prosper branch it. Bush and Bakers bash it. The train is passing through. Wesley and Marigot Huawei. Also the Carib territory. The train is passing through. Everybody branch on the Labour train. Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Can push into Scott's head on the Labour train. The Labour train. Yes, the Labour train. Sing. Everybody ready? Don't move. Get up. Coming through. Make way. Ready. Ready. Lay back at over and get for we ready. Ready to vote back the party. Roseau Central, Roseau North and South ready. Ready vote back the LP. We going to transform Posse and Rose. And we want the whole world to know. Coming from the struggle that we undergo. No Pagalaje PM's Carol, no. Everybody penché on the labor train. Labor train. Yes, the labor train. Capuchin the Scott said on the labor train. Labor train. Yes, the labor train. Cassibus and La Plain. Grand for on board, no complaint. The train is passing through. Did it Savannah and Grand Bay? La Puerta and Squad said okay. The train is passing through. Everybody penché on the labor train. Labor train. Yes, the labor train. Capuchin into Scott said on the labor train. Labor train. Yes, the labor train. Sing.
Everybody penché on the labor train.
You hear the chorus, right? Sing the anthem. Roseau Valley, Roseau Central, Roseau South, Roseau North. Sing the anthem. Don't stop. Yeah, my people. I wanna hear you sing. Yes, the labor train. Young and old, sing the anthem. Sing the chorus. Labor train. Sing. Don't stop. That's Sunday night. We passing through from village to village. You know what to do when you get to the pool. We voted labor. Labor. Everybody say labor. Sing the anthem. Don't stop. I wanna hear your voices. Everybody sing. I'm ready. You're looking good. Down there. Everybody penché on the labor train. Yes, the labor train.
Yes. Everybody branché on the labor train. Want to say a special good evening to you wherever you are joining us across Dominica, to the north, south, east, and west coast of the beautiful nature island. It is, another Tuesday evening in the Commonwealth of Dominica, and we are right here in the studio of Kyrie FM, and we are bringing you, of course, another live edition of The Next Level. So we want to say a special welcome to our listeners in St. Lucia, St. Martin, Anguilla, St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Island, all the folks who are joining us in the United States and Canada. Want to say a special welcome to you in Guadeloupe, Martinique, France. Alors, bonsoir. I want to say good evening there to my family and my son, who are always tuned in St. Lucia, of course, to the program. Want to shout out Mr. Monroe up there in Bellevue, all the Petite Servant folks, the folks in South City, Grand Bay. Want to say good evening there to Soufriere, Scott, said Galley, all the folks in Point Michel. Not forgetting the folks in Newtown. A special big up there to Castle Comfort. Good evening to you, Annette Bates, and to in Wallhouse, and all the folks in Citroën. Want to say good evening to Mami up there in Kings Hill, and to all the folks who are joining us in Roseau Central. A special big up to you in the Valley. Want to shout out the folks in Fokole, in the Stock Farm, and Yampis. Yeah, man, big up there to Yampis. What about the folks all the good folks in Santa Roma? I hope everyone is keeping good. Mon Daniel, good evening to Mr. and Mrs. Tavernier, and not forgetting all the good folks who are listening to us in Kenfield, Massac, Maho, Warner Despo, Sylvina Despo, all the good folks who are always tuned in. We want to say good evening to you in St. Joseph, Mero. How you doing there in Layu, and the good folks in Salisbury, Coolidge, Tremont, Ratchet. We want to say good evening to you, and not forgetting all our folks who are always tuned in with the folks in Zetma. How you doing there in Coliho? Want to say good evening to you there in Dubla and Biosh Posse Massive. Good evening. Yeah, man. I want to say good evening there to the folks in Dalis, and I want to say good evening to Desi and family, and to all the good folks who are always locked in to the next level. I want to say good evening to you in Carib, Laroche, and Victoria. Mr. Evelyn, Mr. Baron, hope everybody's doing good. My brother Mikey and family, and to all the ATN family up there, our and family, good evening to you all. Rufina, hope everybody's keeping good. What about the folks in La Plaine and Bodica? Not forgetting, of course, Grand Form, Monjon, Rivers. Yeah, man, a level piece they call in category up there. Big up to you all, and hope everybody is keeping safe. Cassie, Bruce, and the Kainago territory. Carissa, how is Wesley and Calibishi, Woodford Hill? Of course, we have Paybush and where we have again Paybush, Thibault, Penville, yeah, man, and Carissa favorite place, Coco, yeah, man.
Yeah, you asking me about all about you know asking me about the Marigot nigga.
We coming to there. Well, we coming to Marigot.
Yes, but good night, Simeon.
Yeah,
I missed Saturday. You know what was happening on Saturday?
Boy.
Grand
Yeah.
opening of Carnival, Simeon.
Yes.
I don't know, but this thing was massive.
I see that.
This was massive. This was massive. We had a Calypso truck on the road, and we were second to last, and it took us somewhere about up to about 7-8 o'clock thereabout.
Wow.
To reach in Roseau, you know.
Wow.
I mean, this thing was a long parade. I mean,
Yes.
showing off all aspect of Dominica's culture. I really want to big up the folks at DFC. I think they did a tremendous job, Marv, and the folks. Take a bow.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
My
man.
brother,
Yes, sir.
Marigot is on fire.
Yes, talk to me.
I want to say good night to my sweet Marigot people. Marigot Concord. I want to say good evening to you, my friend Lynn, and all the others out there. I know Pauline is tuning. She want to hear one thing, but we'll come to that a little later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
want to
sir.
say good evening to all the folks down there, all folks in Wesley. Simeon Boy, I went to Wesley
Yeah.
a few days ago when we had the tour of the airport.
Right, I couldn't make it
And
there, yes.
I tell you, my brother, I took the opportunity with the Prime Minister to walk the airstrip.
Yeah, man.
And it was a serious walk, my brother.
You feel you will land in an aircraft on there?
Well, not only that, I think I lost about 7 pounds.
Yes, sir.
When I look at my pant, it was almost dropping down. It's a lot of walk, my brother.
Oh, my.
And hence the reason why I believe Clarence when he says that our aircraft can definitely land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beijing. And of course, we got the opportunity to look at the terminal as well. But this is a big terminal, man. It reminds me of Princess Juliana in St. Martin.
Yes, sir.
I think based on what I'm seeing, it look much bigger
Yeah.
than Princess Juliana. Wonderful, wonderful sight to behold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
man.
I want to big up the people of Wesley and, of course, Palm Tree and Woodford Hill. Good evening to you. My friend down there in Calibishi, there's a special young lady, Justina. She says she always listens to the show. So I want to big up to Justina and our friend Meredith down there. Good evening to you in a very special way. And let's move to Ben's.
Yes.
My dear friend, Honorable Lakia Joseph. Boy, she has this constituency under control.
Yes,
I
sir.
must tell you that, eh?
Well, that's great news.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
great news.
the young people. Very, very good with the young people.
That's
And I say she's making a lot of strides with the elderly people as well. So I want to big up Lakia Joseph, Honorable Lakia Joseph, and all her constituents down there in Ben, Zanzibar, Solder, Paybush, and then, of course, our friends down there in Thibault. I wanted to big up our friends in Thibault. I used to have, well, I still have quite a number of friends in Thibault, I'm a guy that is widely traveled.
Yes, sir.
But, sometimes you don't want to call name unless you get permission to call names.
That is true,
So
too.
you have to be very careful,
I quite agree.
But all our friends in Thibault, I want to say good evening to you. Thibault Vickers, Penville, Bon Anzime. Well, we went to Anzime already. Going back, man, Simeon.
Don't worry, that. Twice doesn't matter.
But Bon, we want to big up our friends down there in Bon and move down to Portsmouth, especially our friends up there in Cotton Hill. And I want to say good evening to you, our friends in Tatan and Clifton and Capuchin. I want to say good evening to you in a very special way. And of course, our friends in Cookie. Simeon, one of them days we have to just pick you up and we have to go down Kokoye and spend a day.
Yes.
Kokoye is a special place.
I quite agree.
We go down there Sunday afternoon. I come, I pick you up.
Yeah.
And we go down Kokoye before the carnival.
Okay, no problem.
And we spend a day and enjoy the people down there. Wonderful people.
You already tell me.
So we want to big them up in a very special way. And then we move to our friends in Dobla, Biosh, and Koliho.
Koliho.
Once a good evening to you in a special way. Of course, we want to big up our friends on the platform, Senior Counsel, Senior Minister, and all the others. Of course, our Prime Minister and his family. This gentleman is a very hard-working man, very hard-working Prime Minister. So I want to big you up in a special way, PM, you and your family. And of course, I want to also say good evening to my friend Mami up there. Mami, boy.
Kingzil.
Boy, when you say Mami, say I pray for you.
That's solid prayer.
Strong.
Boy.
You don't need no Red Bull or nothing, you know.
Let me tell you. Saint Michael will give it to you.
When you see Mami
Good
give
protection.
you a prayer,
Yes,
you have full protection.
I suspect she's calling us already.
So I want to say big up to Mami and all our friends in the diaspora, Simeon. We must always remember them.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, they're tuning from all over. I mean, Guadeloupe, especially our friends in Guadeloupe, Antigua, the British and U.S. Virgin Islands. Good evening to you in a very special way. My brother Sylvester in the United States, I haven't heard it from you for a while. My number has changed, so I think I need to give you a call. And all the others who continue to listen to us, our friends in St. Martin, my Auntie Rosalind, you might be at work, but once a good evening to you in a very special way, Simeon.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Carousel. Let me see if it's Mommy that calling us there on the line there. On the telephone there, good evening to you. All right, we seem to have lost to their caller, so feel free to try that call again. Want to shout out the folks who are joining us also, Lauren Binwa, Nadia Karam, and Francis Hilton, and all the many folks who are joining us on our, of course, Kyrie FM Next Level page. I want to say a special Goldie Williams, good evening to you, and Julie Williams. Vadney Lawrence, a special good evening to you as well. Let's see who's on the telephone there. Caller, good evening to you on the telephone. Good evening.
Good evening. What is always while I'm listening to you, and when you leave in a always pocket what called Dodan.
Dodan. Vince Ansdi me, Dodan. Yes, sir.
Dodan, because we bush and we don't call Dodan.
Yes. Thanks for reminding us. I'm happy that you call us to let us know that you're listening from there too.
Okay, good.
All right, thank you there. Yeah, man, big up there to the folks in Dodan, Carissa. You have to remember that when we call in out these places there.
That's right.
Caller, good evening to you.
Good evening to my children, my sons and them.
Good evening, Mommy.
Good evening, Mommy. Good evening.
Something to bless each and every one of yours. When you are not there, man, mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are there, I feel happy.
That's good.
So good evening to three of you. Yeah, I mean, who's standing there tonight?
Yeah, he's behind the scene there taking care of something. But he's there.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're taking care of something good.
I mean, give us the prayer. He like too much trouble.
To pray of you, may God continue to bless, guide, protect, and direct all of you. Keep up the good work you are doing for the government and this country.
Indeed.
Okay?
Indeed.
There is no other country, no other one to give this Labour Party government.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget to pray. God bless all of you.
Bless you too.
And I say unto my heavenly Father, Jehovah God, the great I am, Yahweh El Shaddai, creator of the whole world. He gave his Son to the whole world and the Holy Spirit. Let us claim Jesus, our only Redeemer. And I pray for my country, the Prime Minister and his entire family, wife and children, parents, nieces, nephews, aunties, all his parents, all his brothers. May God continue to bless them. And I cover my Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, in the precious blood of Christ Jesus, to wash him with the water from his sacred side, purify him and cleanse him. Lord Jesus, have mercy upon this Prime Minister. He's hardworking. You have chosen him to be the leader of this country, and you have been doing a fantastic job. My God, keep on holding his hands and walk with him through the darkest night and the brightest day. And all his ministers, senators, all those who are around him, Father, hold their hands and walk with them, that they will do a wonderful work for your country. It is your land you have created, and we all are your children. Cover us with the precious blood that Christ gave on that old Calvary cross for the sins of the whole world. He fell 3 times. 3 times he took a fall with the cross on his back going to Calvary. There was no one to help him. Simon of Cyrene could not even help him to carry that cross. The sins of the whole world. Let us give thanks to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I'm calling on the Holy Spirit to cover the Prime Minister with the fire of his divine love. Please walk with him through the darkest night, the brightest day. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And I'm calling on Michael, the archangel, powerful angel who drove the dragon, the devil from heaven to the deepest pit of hell. Calling on Michael, the archangel. Those who can read their Bible, reading Daniel, look for Michael, the archangel, how powerful he is. So I call it on Michael the Archangel to defend my Prime Minister, defend his family, defend all the ministers, senators, and all labor rights who is praying in faith. Defend us in the day of battle. Defend my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Defend us in the day of battle. Be our protection and guard against the ways and the wickedness of the devil. May God rebuke them, we humbly pray. And you, thou Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, drag down into hell Satan and all his evil spirits who's prowling through this land, seeking the ruin of souls. May the good Lord have mercy on us. Jesus have chose the Prime Minister Roosevelt Kerry, the Honorable, to be the leader of this country. God have chosen him, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and no weapon that form against him, they can never prosper.
Amen. Amen.
And I'm saying, good evening, and I love those Chinese. God bless all the Chinese, all those who are helping Dominica. May God continue to bless them and keep them alive.
Amen.
To look after this beautiful country the Lord have created.
Thank you, ma'am.
And all of you on the program.
Thank you. God bless.
May God continue to bless all of you. May He continue to guide and protect every one of you, your children and family.
Thank you, ma'am.
And pray in Daniel. Look for Daniel and look for powerful Michael the Archangel. And continue to pray. God bless you all.
Bless you too. Talk to you later, Mommy. Thank you again for always gracing us with your presence and with the wonderful word, as you always Ali always does in your special way. Caller, good evening to you on the telephone.
Good evening, Senior Rosanna.
Yeah, man. Wago partner.
Hi, cool. Let me tell you, you was on the site of that this morning.
Yes.
It our partner that talk about revolution. I see more stress in army party. You see, he was in army party pan.
I don't know what revolution. Them fellas on a revolution among themselves there right now.
Among themselves, because and see me, let me tell that man. Them people have no respect for young people, you know. Because if you have to check, several people are retired that trying and hold on the airport. You know, now you have to realize his time of music is coming to an end. Relax itself. Just wait for us to build our airport. And maybe his picture will even build some part in the airport. As a reggae man.
As a legend.
A legend, you know, come
yeah,
on, man. Respect the young people.
Exactly.
And another one again. That is you woman. Annie, man. Come on, respect young people. Now is not all the time. It's the young people time that come in, man. Give them young people a break.
Boy, don't go and tell Afi it's not his time, no boy. Even though it's holy, you'll have to hold Afi, and Afi want to come in, my brother. So,
Let me tell you that Harmonious frightened, you know. you must go back and watch the replay of Afi.
Anyway, God bless Afi, my brother. Take it easy.
So anyway, I listen, my Prime Minister. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yes, I.
Them comes on the other side, they can't touch you.
All right, take care, man. Yes, I. All right, my brother. One love. Yeah, man. Afi boy. Afi fighting to the death. If you don't, Afi don't worry. But there's something. Afi, Mate. I tell Afi boy one time, Afi, you fight so hard to get into power. When you get in power, you go back outside to fight against the same party you put in power, to fight to put them out for you to come back in power again. So you fight, when you come back, you go back outside and just fight. You like to be fighting all the time, man. You know, and Hafiz or something else. But again, it's already 8:49 in the evening there, and our Comrade Clarence is there in studio with us, but he behind the scene there, taking care of something on the telephone. So he have really joined us there. But but Carissa, I guess we can get into our discussion there. We'll open up the lines, and we apologize to the listeners for the quality of the calls. I know it's a little bit low, and some of you all are saying that, but we are working on that, and hopefully we can bring that up to date, and solve that problem there once and for all for you all. All right, and so we want to big up our political leader, Dr. Scary, the cabinet ministers, the senators, and all of our folks who are, of course, working hard, yeah, man, to make Dominica a better place for us to live. Call a good evening to you on the telephone.
Good evening to you, Timo. Good evening to you, Mr. Carter.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Timo, a lot of things happening in Dominica, boy. While they are saying nothing is happening,
Yes.
A lot of things is happening.
That's right.
And I'd like to say a special good evening to our Honorable Roosevelt Carey, the Prime Minister of Dominica, my parliament is Carey, my friends Ruby, Meredith. Brother, good night to you. It's a long time I haven't get your call.
Yeah, man.
And Timo,
Yes.
God bless our Prime Minister. Let us give him thanks. Let us pray for him and let us keep on having him in our thoughts.
That's right.
Because without the Prime Minister, things cannot work like how it's looking in Dominica.
That's true.
Because that international airport is a very, very good investment for Dominica. And I was watching on Facebook, I see a lot of garbage trucks have been in Dominica.
Yeah, man. Things happening.
While they're speaking and saying nothing will happen.
Things happening.
That's why when I see the same thing, we have to try to take them, because the same people are saying they don't want international airport. The same people are saying it is a good investment. It is a good thing for Dominica.
Yeah, man.
So you see, they have two tongues.
Yes.
They have tongues. They just forget what they say. They so want back for the country. They just forget what they say.
Well.
It's of God. Everything is coming and everything coming how it's supposed to come.
Yeah, man.
Our international airport is there already.
That's right.
And they can jump high, they can jump low. It will be named by the Honorable Roosevelt Carey.
Yes, I.
And people have something to say,
Mm-hmm.
The parrot, you all might get angry. But I heard he had a press conference, and I heard the PM said, go to your people, go to the people. Don't sit down, go to the people. Because the other side, they are wajé. Get to the people.
Yes, I.
Not everyone wants to confirm. Confirmation is one thing, it's a very good thing. But it's when we reach in the poll, we want to know what happening.
Yeah, man.
Everybody can confirm it. When we reach in the polling station, we want to know that person voting for Labour, because everybody wants to confirm. Confirmation is a good thing. Go to your people. PM said, don't leave the work for the man. Go to your people. Get people on the grounds to work with you all.
Yeah, man.
People you haven't seen, go and see them. People you all all know that is the elderly. Go to them. People that work in the parent, tell the parent who she haven't seen. Because she alone cannot do the work. They alone cannot do the work anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm sure.
People think that I go come down and confirm. I'll be coming down to confirm, but I'm doing my work over there in God's work.
Respect.
We have been doing our work. We're doing our work.
Yeah, man.
The Labour family have been doing their work.
Yes, I keep on doing what you're doing.
So we don't want to say thanks to the Prime Minister, but I want to say a special thank you to the Prime Minister. And God bless you. And we are asking people that are coming down for Carnival. We want to know you're confirming. Confirm, because the other side, they're hungry for power.
Yeah, man.
And it's not power alone they're hungry for the treasury.
Yes, I.
Let us was strong. What give Labour Party our next election is Labour Party. We want to swipe them out.
Yeah, man.
Place for them. Their place is in hell.
Big up. Thank you, my dear.
I'm listening to you.
All right, take care, and thank you again for your contribution here tonight. Let's see, someone is on the WhatsApp line there. Good evening on the line. Good evening on the WhatsApp line. Hello. Good evening. I'm not sure why I'm not hearing you, caller, but I'm sure I can hear you. You are live with us on the WhatsApp line, but the call is not coming through. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. You can try that again sometime. Let's see who is on there with us. Caller, good evening to you on the telephone.
Good evening, Simeon.
Hi, good evening.
Laplace apartment.
Yeah, big up, big up.
Right there.
Yes, I. All right there. Yes.
Yes, okay.
All right, take care there, man. Big up there to the folks in the Laplace apartment there. Let's see if we can get that call on our WhatsApp line there. Not sure what's wrong there, why we didn't get through there a while ago. Caller, good evening. All right, I am not sure, caller, why we are not getting through to you. We'll have to have our IT guy to check that line there because something pack our work there. Yes, I. All right. Caller, are you there? All right. Not sure what's wrong there, caller. So sorry about that on the WhatsApp line. You got to call us on the 4487-337, 4487-338. And this number should put you on to the program. But gentlemen, again, we got to get into our discussion there. And I would love to be able to take more of these calls on the WhatsApp line. Now, let's just take this call before we start there. Caller, good evening to you.
Yes, I call back.
Yes,
I just want to say good evening to Mr. Corbett.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I tell you, this man is doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, man.
So I wish him well and his entire family and the whole police force.
Yes, ma'am.
They are doing a fantastic job. The firemen, they are the ones who keeping the country intact. So let us pray for them. The farmers, the fishermen, the laborers, we need them, and the young people, we need them.
All right, mommy.
And I say for Stephanie, that is to help the elderly and Rosamond. She's to call Rosamond to take her to the elderly out. And people, let us not forget Stephanie. May her soul rest in eternal peace. She's already at rest.
Indeed.
So anyway, take care. We'll talk later.
All right, mommy. Thank you there. All right, gentlemen, we got to get into our discussion there. Of course, today was another interesting day, and I want to just apologize to the listeners on the WhatsApp line. It's we're not getting the call. It's not coming through. We have to have our IT guy to check that. But you can hold on to the calls for now. We will open up the lines a little later. We will entertain some of your calls, and as we move along. But today was an interesting day, and the last week and today, these couple of weeks there, a lot of attention, of course, is being given to the international airport. It is one of the largest projects taking place on the island right now, and it seems to have some people coming from the woodworks, you know. It's been, of course, I know the Prime Minister did visit the international airport recently. I wish myself and Clarence, well, Clarence is always on the airport, but I'm not always there. So I wish I could have make that visit too, really, but I hope the next time there will be nothing in my way so I can get to really enjoy the live view on site, you know, because looking at the photographs, it's quite exciting to see what is taking place there. But today I went on the Debouche project, and I'm happy that I did. you know, because sometimes you have to be able to analyze people, understand their real purpose, and what is it they're about. And I want to big up the ministry. You know, I think within the Prime Minister's office and the Forestry Division and land and surveys and physical planning and housing, you know, and all those technical people who were on site today, because today was very interesting in terms of the line of questioning that was asked by those who visited. I would call them those who are advocating to have the project stop. They were there today, and they got a chance. They almost sounded to me like as if it's first time they getting to speak to government officials about that project. But as far as I recall, there have been a few meetings discussing the scope of work that is to take place at the Debonche project. However, today they were there today, and it seems to me, I have to take it that they were, all of them who were there today seem to me to have changed their focus. You know, initially when the Debonche project started, they were talking about government or planning not involved. You know, they talk about planning, physical planning not involved. Then they went on to say that the government, there is no permission to do what is doing there, and you know, and then they come up when they see something happening, then they start, oh well, the river. Then they post a picture of a dirty river. Not at the time rain was falling, obviously the river was dirty, on social media, and say, look at what happening to the river. Look at what happening to the river. You know, the next thing I know is Annie Edwards, who obviously is a former employee of the government. She worked in physical planning division, took on the radio and made a call for people to come out to stop what is happening at Debonche. And I listened to her carefully in her deliberation on Q95, talking about stopping the project. And then I was asking, well, what is the reason why you want to stop the project? Oh, there is mud on the road, and so much mud is on the road, and mud is there, and mud is there. I say, mud is there? I say, oh, I mean, project just begin. You expect to see some mud. But today, when I went on site today, and I see the massive, massive wall that, you know, that the Chinese contractors constructed in quick time. And, of course, nice concrete road leading into the site. And all the, you know, the drainage and the filtration system that they develop in the drainage to make sure that, you know, all the silk is taken care of. And, you know, you see in the beautification aspect of what they are doing to the main road, where, you know, they have created that area, and I'm sure that they'll be planting flowers there like we see happening in the Point Michel area. So you'll be passing there and not even realize that there is a crusher operating on that site. And then these people came there, and lo and behold, you know, this guy came asking questions about how much material they expect to. I don't want to big up Jaize Binwa, you know, who I believe handled himself very professionally in his responses to the questions that were being asked, and I also want to big up Minister Kozia Frederick, Minister for the Environment. I also believe that, you know, that they and also the Forestry Division, you know, the technical people within the Forestry Division who was able to explain, you know, all of what they are doing to ensure that the laws are followed, that that whatever that is happening on the site will not affect the forest reserve and the buffer that they have created, and all of the things that they were able to explain, you know, and the questions that came in from the few people who asked the questions to me had nothing to do with the river anymore being really dirty, or nothing to do with mud on the road, because, you know, from what that was demonstrated today, they have actually put a section where the trucks and them will be able to even wash their tires before they go on the road. And so there are so much things that they are doing on that site to ensure that when they are formally ready to be up and running, and permission has been formally granted to commence the actual crushing itself, because what physical planning I see and physical planning and the various departments of government are doing is ensuring that they put in all the necessary safeguards, before full commencement of work. And that's the stage at which things are now. It seems to me that sometimes people speak in Dominica prematurely. So I'm saying that when, Annie went on the radio and tried to prompt the people to come out, they really never understood the scope of work that is really taking place there. And I could see today that when Annie was there herself, I looked at her very closely, because I was hoping that she would ask a question with regard to planning. Because seeing that she is one of those that have advocated, I figured today was a prime opportunity for her to come there and show what is wrong about planning and all the rest of it. And strangely, she didn't have a single question. She did not ask a single question to the panel, who to me was prepared to answer all of the questions that they were asking. And that goes to show that these people has an agenda that is far different from understanding what is really taking place there. Now, what troubled me again today was that I looked at some of the people's faces who I know put to UWP rights, who have been advocating on behalf of UWP, who has a political agenda. And what I was saying to some of them is, you all don't want this operation to take place there. But the former leader of UWP actually, caused a delay in the project by going to the courts and asking the court to curtail the operation that was taking place at the quarry, where all of the raw material that would be needed for the project could have been achieved. But I told them I never saw one of you all speaking against that action by the former leader. But to me, some of them are showing up there now to ask to stop. Now, my brother Nasio, big up to you. I always liked Nasio Fontaine, and it was nice to see him make a reappearance. I really wish he would be making it on the big stage for the Creole Music Festival and for some of the events that can help stimulate the economy and to bring in, some of his fans to maybe see Nasio again. Because I heard they've been asking him on many occasions to perform, but I don't know, somehow he just loved the jungle and he decided he's not performing. But he came out of the woodwork. And he had a live with EMO that sort of brought a lot of people attention again. He got quite a bit of attention on social media, and of course, bringing the project in the spotlight, asking to stop the project. And he don't have what grounds he asking to stop it, but yeah, Nasio say we have Melvin Hall, we can do with Melvin Hall. And Nasio, you stayed in the hills there too long, you're not following what's happening in the world. The world is moving on, it's moving forward. But what caught my attention today is, I thought Brother Nasio was going to come up, and reason with the panel of professionals who were there today to really get a better understanding of what is going on. But he chose to stand by the roadside and not really make himself visible to be able to hear what they were saying and understand what they were saying. And because really, I have to conclude today that based on the discussion that was held today, I don't expect to see these people calling for any closure of project, because I was satisfied that all the concerns they had were properly addressed by those present, and that this issue that they were raising about the river and dirty water and whatever it is, this seems to no longer be a concern for them right now because of the steps that have been taken, and so I expect that this project will continue with very little disturbance moving forward, because some of them I spoke to who were present really didn't have any strong point that they could present as to why this project should not continue. So this political agenda that is being peddled by the UWP and those who advocate on their behalf, and I heard Sticky Finger saying that he would have joined them today in that effort to call for a stop of the project, and but apparently I didn't see him appear there this morning because I was looking forward to seeing him. But at the end of the day, I believe that that Clarence, that all the efforts they are really making there is in vain, and if they had taken a little time, and those guys went on and really tried to, I think, Nasio, where Nasio was relaxing there, them and go and meet Nasio there and try to really get Nasio to come and add his voice to this thing, because they were hoping that, it would bring more public awareness, and it did in an extent, because, Nasio got quite a few viewers online, and I think people maybe was longing to see him, and hoping that he's okay, because some people have not seen him for a very long time, but they tried to get Nasio out there, and Nasio really didn't understand the true details on what, and I have to accept that I'm giving him the benefit of that doubt, that he didn't understand, and for a man that was where he was relaxing himself in peace there, those guys was going to disturb the man and try to bring the man outside there. I mean, the man enjoyed his little sensimile up there, only go and disturb. They were going to take a little smoke with the man, and all of a sudden put in the man head to come out and talk. So I think they themselves will tell Nasio, and Nasio will get a better understanding from them, and I hope that he understands the importance of this project. This is a national project. And as I said to people today, Labour Party end up there not because that was in the plan. The government end up having to approve a new site as a matter of an emergency, And Clarence, today I'm looking at the money that they're spending there, and I'm thinking, was that necessary on the state, Clarence?
Simeon, good evening. Good evening to all the listeners. Good evening, everyone. Let me tell you, Simeon, this morning I went up to do my work very early. I left home about 6:30. I wanted to get up there very early. And when I was passing just about 7:15, let's say 7:30, because I wasn't driving that fast, and I passed through Warner. When I reached Desbranches, who I see standing there, Nasio Fontaine and his wife. And I had not seen Nasio in over 4 years.
It's been a while.
I had not seen Nasio in over 4 years. The last time I saw Nasio, I was driving up Warner, going for the airport, and my glass was down. And when I didn't see him, I didn't make him out, but he made me out and said, Clarence!
Yes.
So, we from the same area, I mean, we know each other, we always think. So, I stopped, I just quickly stopped, and I heard the voice, and I went to talk to him and things so, and I had not seen him in over 4 years. And I don't think the people of First Asia Bagatelle have seen him probably for more than that.
No. Wow.
So I stopped. My instinct, I just stopped, pull up on the side of the road, and get out the car, say, Nasio. And then look at me, he said, brethren. And then we started talking. Now, there was somebody standing next to him. To me, I was so concentrated on Nasio, I did not make out the other person. That was Dr. Pascal, my partner when we were in school together. So he came to me and told me, partner, you are my enemy, man, and things so. But I said, bro, I did not make you out there at all. I concentrated on Nasio. So we stayed there, we talked, and so on. Then we came on the project, and I said, and we started talking, and they started talking, things so. So I told Pascal, you want to stop this thing there. The initial stage, there was absolutely no need to go there. The government wasn't planning to go there at all. Because the project was hoping to get the sufficient stones, the type of stones in Crapo Hall. The very same place. And I tell him, so your partner, Edison James, was going to do his crushing, his quarrying, and his crusher was in the very same vicinity. The very same place. But he put an injunction. Severely curtailing the operations of the quarry and the crusher to the point where they have to go and get another place. So why don't you go to Edison, your partner, your Marigot, same partner, go to Edison James and tell him, look, this is a project for the country. This is a priority project for the country. Just, okay, if he's living, he get endorsed. Just ask the government to put him in somewhere else. What is in Barbados? He stay in.
But he getting a nice income from the government every month, which is far more than he was getting as a prime minister. That he could easily.
The very same.
He could rent a nice room at Fort Young and stay there. You know.
The very same country. You know. I mean.
Yeah, boy.
I do not want to get angry, you know, because I think
well, don't get too angry because we know you don't.
Because the same government, the same country that increased your pension from $1,642 a month to $9,000. $9,642 a month.
I know I get my pen. Say that again, let me write that.
You used to get 1,642.
The pension was 1,642.
He is now getting 9,642 a month.
Boy,
until he dies.
Boy, Kero, you good, boy? Yeah. Yes, I.
Until he dies.
And Edo, you stop in our airport project, you get it. Boy.
You know, some people don't have a conscience.
9,000 from 1,642 to 9,642 till he dead.
Till he die.
It is the guy's obesity.
So I tell him, go and tell Edison just to remove the court, just withdraw the court matter.
Well.
How could somebody be so evil? So you have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're looking for a stone, not the stone you have on the West Coast, the soft stone you take in to build your houses and things so.
Mm-hmm.
There is a special stone they're asking for, the density of the stone.
I could see some of it already there.
Now, Simeon, I'm not an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell Isaac Baptist, I'm not an engineer. I'm not getting myself involved in engineering work.
Mm-hmm.
My work is figures I deal with, accounting and figures I deal with. I think so. That is my work.
Right.
I'm not an engineer. But Simeon, I'm on the international airport side.
Mm-hmm.
I move around sometimes when I get, especially now my doctor have me on the, a condition that not to stay on the computer for more than 2 hours at one time.
So you
take a break.
You just take a walk.
So you take a break and take a little walk. Mm-hmm. So you hear people talking.
Yes.
You hear is English they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do not understand what they're saying, but they're talking English.
Right.
So you get an idea of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So they want a particular density of stones.
Right.
The stones that when the plane land, if you have a heavy plane like a Boeing 737 or the or whatever those planes, when they come in and they hit the runway, they hit in the runway harder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do not have the aggregates, this type of aggregate on that runway, what is going to happen? It's going to crush the stone until you're going to have bumps on the runway.
Right.
We can even create an accident there.
Right.
I'm not an engineer, you know, but you're hearing things.
Right. You get in an understanding of what is at stake.
So you need a hard stone that when the plane land, the density will not crush.
And it's there that have it. That's right.
But Simeon, we go there, we saw. Everybody talking about, we can remember that stone, Wash Fair, we used to call it.
I know that one.
When you go there, there's Wash Fair you see in there.
But, well, you know, Clarence, as far as I could see today, you know, I don't think those people have an issue right now with the site, you know. The questions they were asking is more things where they want to what kind of trees you go in and plant, you know, and what will happen with the topsoil, as they said, wherever they say is mining. So wherever they mine the stone, let's use the word mine, because you say what was the other name they use? They say it's mining. Quarry and mining is the same. So wherever they mine the topsoil, somebody asks, but what they gonna do with topsoil? I say, but obviously they use it to backfill
the area
wherever they need as they landscaping the area as they're moving forward. So I mean, you know, these are the little petty concerns they had, things I don't think, Karesh, that should really lead to them asking to stop the project. Yeah.
I think really and truly there was a lot of misinformation out there.
Yeah.
And some of the people who have certain level of influence in the society was able to mobilize their funds. You understand? With that misinformation. I mean, misinformation as it relates to no ESIA, no restoration plan, no mitigation measures. So when you hear those things, person definitely would be concerned. So today, what really happened today is that the government officials were able to go up there and clarify some of those doubts. So I think people left there with a better understanding as to what is really happening in the Debosh area. So I really want to commend the officers. I think they did a very good job, as you mentioned, Jaisaya and of course our Honorable Minister of Environment, Honorable Kozia Frederick. I think they did a very good job in terms of informing the people and explaining to them in a very clear and down-to-earth way as to what is really happening in the Debosh area. Because, you know, Simeon, that's my area as well.
Right.
And I was happy when the forestry officer was able to stand clearly and say, hey, we have a restoration plan for the area. As a matter of fact, we were able to indicate to us the trees that they're going to replant in that particular area and the reasons why they're going to plant those trees. So, and Clarence is right. I gave a gentleman from Samgota a ride. You know Samgota?
Yeah.
At Kansas, you don't know Marigot, but Samgota is...
Clarence Marigot every day now.
Yeah, and he said to me, and he was a UWP guy, and he said to me, he don't understand why people are making noise about taking stone at Debosh for the construction of the airport. As far as he know, and he has lived long enough to know, that this is the only area that has the kind of stone for airport quality. They took stones there when they were building the road, the now road from Pigwa to Borough Square. They took road to build, stones there to build that. When they were constructing the airport, the first Douglas Charles Airport as well, he said most of the stones came from the Debosh area.
I heard the minister speak to that, yes.
Because of the quality of the stone in that area. So he's kind of perplexed that persons are making noise as to taking out stones at Debosh, because it's the first time we've been taking out stones at Debosh to be involved in major construction project.
Right.
So I was very happy, Simeon, that the government officials were able to go up there, go on site, and explain to the people exactly what is happening.
But you can see the mischievousness of those guys who were there. The other guys, like Jerry Brisbane and those guys there, they stayed on the road.
Yeah.
They never, Afi was up at the meeting when the guys were talking, but never asked a question. All he was doing was shaking his head and looking at him.
No, but a certain time you know your Afi ball, they know, what? I say, when I turn, I see Afi, but anyway, they tell him, come a little closer. So I see, he seems to have he go there, he might not be seeing light, but he go, he listen. And he didn't say anything. So I suspect Afi was contented at the end of the day that the responses he heard was satisfactory enough. Yes,
but later on, Ebo had a talk with them, and they were totally contrary with what was happening.
Well, you see, because if you have that's why I told some of them up there that their agenda is a political one.
Yeah.
And they are peddling a political agenda like UWP have always done. And I don't know, somehow it seems to me that for so many years, the UWP have been all about trying to stop things, that some of their supporters cannot come out from agreeing that certain things have to happen. They carry out the same agenda as they have been taught to just let us, we cannot support nothing this government is doing, And the point is, when you look at the international airport and the benefit it's going to bring, Carissa, to this entire area there, from Marigot go back, because you have Douglas Charles there, you have the Wesley and Marigot is neighbors. They are neighbors. So you have the international airport right there. The tremendous benefit that's going to have to the entire area there. And then you look at the few people, they're not a dozen in total. But, I mean, these are the people that want to really call to stop the project without any real reasoning. And that's why I said today, I wanted to hear what they were talking about. What is their real concern, And some of the things that this LeBlanc fellow come there asking about how many cubic feet of material that will come out there. And that's not what the problem is. No. That you want to, because they don't tell you how many cubic feet, you want to stop a quarry for that. So these are not issues to really stop a quarry. And then the other thing that happened about LeBlanc is when he was doing all his projects in the valley with his millions of dollars for the geothermal project, he had to excavate and do all kind of things to prepare. How come he never come there and say that he was concerned about the environment then when he had his contract get his multi-million-dollar contract doing the project up there? He didn't have a problem with that. And at the end of the day now, they want to come up there now and pretend like you have to answer them to all those little petty questions they have.
Simeon, we have to put it straight, because I'm putting things straight. LeBlanc went up there to embarrass Jai Isaiah. And I say kudos to Jai Isaiah. He handled himself well. He was very professional. But LeBlanc went up there to embarrass Jai Isaiah.
But he don't embarrass him now.
And then this is the disingenuity of those guys. Here is a young engineer, environmental engineer, given a task to do. You as a senior engineer in the country, you do not go there and ask him a question in an effort to embarrass him. There is no way I, Clarence Christian, as an accountant, and I have a junior person who is junior to me, an accountant, no matter how she might be better trained than me, but experience-wise, I would go somewhere and ask her a question, even if I see something is wrong in what she's saying. I will ask her a question to embarrass him or her. This is what you do. When you finish talk, I'd pull you and say, you know what you were saying there? This is what it is. This is anything. So this is what you do to your profession. You don't try to embarrass your profession. Anybody. You call the person aside and say, this is what is happening, but this is what I think you think so, and should be. And the person will tell you, okay, thank you, I will think so. You do that. But to go there and on radio and things so and try to embarrass him, but he handled himself very well.
Yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, I never felt he was embarrassing the guy. I mean, it was a question and answer session, like anything else. When you're dealing with things like that, and that goes to show that the people who are engaging in these projects are professionals. All our local engineers, all of the persons who serve in the physical planning division. Because at the end of the day, when I heard Nasio say that there is no planning approval in that, and there is no this, and I'm like, but planning is the one, and these professionals who were there today, they are the ones who went and identified the site. This is not the politician that went there or the Chinese that went there and said this is where we want to operate. It is the professionals within the ministry who I remember on a very weekend, on a Saturday, when we were there on this program. Who was there the Saturday, the Sunday, and how many days working hard to try and identify, because this is an emergency business that is taking place there. I mean, we heard from the visit of the Prime Minister that the airport is currently moving to 2027 when they are expecting to hand over this airport to us, right?
Yeah.
Now, in order to meet 2027, the number of cubic, yards of material that they need there in order to really satisfy this project, they couldn't get it from the one site that they're operating. So that site had to come in as an emergency. Now, when you have an emergency thing like that, you wouldn't have all of the EIA and all of the different things they're talking about ready because there was no plan. Nobody knew that Edison, who wrote a proposal, between him and his wife, where he felt that was an appropriate site. As the Prime Minister of the country, Edison James thought that was an appropriate site. And then he, of course, saw that as where all of the raw material would have come out to satisfy the very airport that he wanted to build. Now, it's not his government that building it. His project didn't come through because the people of Dominica voted him out of power. And instead of accepting the fact that, I missed the boat, he decided to challenge the project and cause and talk about it disturbing him and all the rest of it. Like as if he had gotten it, it would have been disturbing him. But needless to say, you know, the government had to make a critical decision at this time. What do we do? And some of the things they spoke about there is that site would mean less cost to transport the material to the site, you know. But still, Clarence, it's quite a few millions of dollars that are being spent now to develop that new site, even before you take one piece of material from it.
I can tell you quite a few $1 million I can tell you quite a few $1 million have been spent up there. But the fact of the matter, you know, to say something that was planned.
No.
After the court put the injunction and limit the hour to from 7 to 6. That is 7 to 6. How many hours? Just about 5 hours.
About that, yeah.
Right, 5 hours a day. The Chinese went back to the drawing board and they did what they had to do and look at the rate at which they are stockpiling. And when they start using the material, the rate at which they are using it, then they would be way behind because they would have to stop and wait for material. And you don't want to stop at the runway and put thing in it and stop it waiting for material, stop and wait for material. So the decision was taken to get another quarry. That's when they take the decision.
Yes.
So if you take a decision right away that you're going to need another quarry, then they sent out scouts. The ministry, they asked the ministry, so they sent out scouts, government employees, forestry, planning, and all those guys, agriculture. They sent out scouts to go and look somewhere where they can get the stones that have the density they require.
Because that's vital.
That is the density they require, the density of the stone.
And they could have gotten all that in the current site.
And they could have gotten all that in the current site where they were, the density of the stone.
Where they currently are.
Where they currently are, yeah.
Yes,
where they currently working from 7 to 6.
Yeah.
They can get all that. And then, so they decide to get another place and put up another quarry so that when they stockpile, when they start using the material, if it's 4 months they're going to just use the material for 3 months one time and pave the place and so on, let it settle, and then put the asphalt. Right? So this is what happened. This is why they went there. So you didn't have time to do AIA. You didn't have time to do planning. You sent it out there. So what they did, they went up there and they started clearing. They get a lease. And by the way, people, this is private land. This is the land of a private individual. It is not government land and it is not in the forest reserve, government forest reserve. This is private land, 7 acres of private land. They are leasing it from the person.
Yeah.
It is a lease from the person, 7 acres of private land. Now, if you have to cut tree on private land, I do not know if you have to get planning permission for that.
Well, Clarence, whatever I'm saying that had to be done, the forestry division is involved.
Yeah.
Planning is involved. Land and service is involved. So, I mean, they will advise, they will... these are the people you go to when you have to deal with these things. And all of the professionals are engaging with the contracting firm, the developer, in moving forward with this project. So, it's not like as if they are doing things in isolation. And this is one of the reasons why forestry and planning is ensuring that they put in all of the necessary, mitigating factors in place before they can commence work. And that is why these things are happening, because they all are involved. And that is why these people who are talking, they talk prematurely. It's like when the international airport was building, the very same one who went on the radio, which is Annie Edwards, who went on the radio and tell people about that is a catastrophic, what they're going to do there, they're going to build the airport. And she talk about when water coming out on the hill and the water coming down. And then suddenly she got up one morning and somebody posted a little picture of where rainfall and a little water gather because they are hold them and digging so many things there. Oh, look at that, like problem in the place, you know, and then suddenly she's on the radio talking about it, not realizing that the airport is under construction. Where is all these things she's talking about there? Look at all what the work that has gone on there over the past year, and how this place is looking totally different. You know, if you didn't know it before, you would never recognize it because.
Comrade, I went up there looking for the pool because they said that there was a leak.
Yeah.
On the airstrip.
Right.
So I went up there looking for that. You couldn't see nothing like that. What I saw, the guys are constructing a serious tunnel.
Yeah.
And that is going to be Dominica's first tunnel.
And it looked like it's very large.
It's a large one.
Large one, man. Two big dumpers or an excavator, whatever it can pass on. It's 2 lanes, and they put in a center piece in the...
a separator?
You see, when you go to St. Lucia, you drive in that lane there, that lane, and there's a center piece.
So 2 lane then?
So it's 1 lane. It's
okay.
each 1 lane. 1 lane going up, 1 lane going up, 2 lanes.
Okay.
But you have your separate lane. You cannot go on the other lane.
Right,
and
right.
think so.
Right.
Yeah, man. So that's what I see. I saw up there, Simeon. I didn't see any leak, as alluded to by some of the people or some of the environmentalists on the other side.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I was very disappointed in Annie, because I mean, you when you are professional, you have to speak having a better understanding of what you're saying, and she went there advising the people wrong, and at the end of the day, look at the airport today. You know, they can no longer post all of these foolish things they were posting in the initial stage of the project. Now they decided they want to get a wicket to bat on, and they decide to go after this thing in Daybush. And as I said, one of the things Dominica have is mountains. So even though we have to take
one mountain down,
well, we have. If we live in a country where you don't have no mountain, and the one little mountain you have there, you still got to cut it down. I can understand you making noise because you consider about it. But Dominica have that. For you to get to that place, they among the mountains you have to pass up and down, up and down, up and down. And you can't even tell if a little piece of it is coming out because we have so much of it. And as I was saying, Clarence, the understanding is that the excavation is going to be for 2 years. 2 years. The contract for operation there is for 2 years, because that 2 years is really within the time in which the project is very likely to be completed. And I was saying to them, you can't take down that piece of mountain that there in 2 years, There is no way you're taking that down in 2 years, no, Carissa, because you just have to look at all of where fellas mining in Dominica from since ourselves, and our grandfather wasn't even born yet, and yet still they can't touch the mountain because them things there, breaking down them things there.
But Simeon, the number of mountains that they took down on the international airport side, they were tall,
yes,
when I tell you.
Yes.
I mean, they were tall hills or whatever it is. Yeah. They had to cut down. Yeah. There was one they had to use blast. It was rock, tall.
But it don't change the area.
You don't change the area.
It didn't stop anything or cause any catastrophic, as they were saying. The point is, there comes a time, as I was saying to some of them there, we have to support something when it is in a national interest. The international airport, and when I hear fellas talking about, Nasio saying, why wrong with Melvin Hall? Why we need we don't need no international airport. Rasta, you might buy your jet plane just now because I understand you making millions or you make millions already. So you might need to land with your own plane. That's how it happening, You see all the big stars and them landing in their own jet. So take it easy, that's you. I mean, I see you coming back on this scene and you try to make a comeback, and I welcome that. But don't come and tell the young people they don't need, because all professionals, since I know myself going back 20 plus years ago, have been saying to us that Dominica needs an international airport. But because of our hills and our valleys, and we don't have much vast flat land, it's been very difficult to just make the determination as to where you're going to put it. Yeah. Plus, think about the amount of people the government had to move in the Wesley area, to be able to accommodate that airport. It's a massive, so you have to be, first of all, you have to be a very strong leader. You have to know how you're raising that money. The kind of dollars you have to spend even before you start the airport. You have to be able to and the government did all of that without putting the people of Dominica under serious debt. Instead, what the government was able to do is take out Edison James from 1,642 to 9,642 every month in his pocket. You know, Carissa? I mean, all of that happening while the government building the airport. So while these people are busy, they are trying to fight progress. And everywhere you turn, these people are trying to fight progress. They are Clarence, lower your radio, guys. So you.
Sorry. I was looking at something.
You know, everywhere these people turn, they are trying to fight progress. You know, I mean, these people that's the only political party I know in the Caribbean that going to go on record as fighting every major development that is taking place in Dominica.
No, but I mean, the brother is my brethren, you know. But I will disagree with him on that one. I mean, you cannot say that we do not need an international airport.
Yeah, that's wrong.
We needed an international airport since in the 50s.
Yes.
And we are in 2026 now. So to tell the young people now that they do not need an international airport, I think that was an error.
Yeah.
He might have to come and apologize.
But he expounded on that so much that I don't think it's an error. I think you know, he was driven. You know, sometimes you have to be careful with friends you follow. IP don't advise, and why name Dr. IP? Or Pascal. You know, he's a doctor, Pascal is a doctor.
Yes.
Dr. Pascal don't advise you properly, Nasio. He might come and pull up with you, smoking your sense. He might not advise you properly. Because anybody that can tell you about we don't need an international airport, and I suspect that is the kind of thing, you know, we're preaching, you know, because that is their main plan, is to spoil the project. That's why they have gone after the citizenship program in the way they have gone after it, you know. They even have it in court now, you know, and talking about it and trying to challenge the developer and all sort of nonsense when the project is moving so smoothly. And they cannot accept the fact that it is moving as smooth as it is moving, even if they tried all what they tried. Because, gentlemen, all over the weekend there, serious metal iron beams, you know, and are being removed from this boat on the dock and stored in the location where they have there. And then they are hauling these beams up to the site. And I'm watching these tons of material that is going up for the airport. And I'm saying to myself, but serious work is going on there. There is not a single day that I'm not hearing these horns blowing up the hill in the corner of my house there, you know, and every day. So the pace at which things are, and from the visit Prime Minister Scary did there recently, Dr. Scary did with the people who came in to see, you know, it even brought more things to light in terms of what is really happening there. And that is part of the reasons why I think them first going to wake up Nasio, hoping that Nasio could come and help them in their cause. But at the end of the day, you have to put reason where good reasoning have to be. And there was nothing I saw today that tell me that these protesters who are serving the purpose of the UWP have any problem with what is going on there. Their mission they are on is wrong. Today, they pretended like it's the first time they get to talk to somebody. It's the first time somebody give them an idea of what is going on there. And I want to play a little bit of what Honorable Kozia Frederick had to say up there because, you know, as we said, he and Mr. Binwa, they handled themselves very well. Let's listen a little bit to Kozia Frederick there.
This site is an area that has been quarried before, back in the 1970s, in moving forward with the existing work for the international airport. The Ministry of Environment, we're taking this responsibility
we seem to
very seriously to ensure that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with our audio there. We seem to be having a slight delay there. Let me see if I can get this going again. All right. We're having a slight delay there with our internet there. But definitely, Carissa, you know, I think that these guys were trying something, and the minister was on point today. Let's listen. Let me see if I can get this one there going there. Let's listen a bit to our minister there as he spoke there today on this.
And the listeners on various mediums. I'm just happy to be here this morning at the Deepwater site. This site is an area that has been quarried before, back in the 1970s. And in moving forward with the existing works for the international airport, the Ministry of Environment, we're taking this responsibility very seriously to ensure that all of the resources and the energy and the mitigation measures are put in place. The integrity of the land space remain intact. We are very mindful that there's a public concern as to what's happening here within this space, the Debonche Quarry space. And so our response to the concerns is to connect with the developer and to have them to understand that there are scientifically proven methods of keeping this space intact while we do the quarrying process. The advice from the Division of Forestry is very, very important in this process, because we are on the borders of a national park, and also we are bordered by a major river, and on the other side of the river we have an indigenous community, and we also have residents downstream. So we're taking this intervention very, very seriously. One of the things we're mindful of is that the fact remains that this area has the best quality material that is needed for moving the project forward. The assessments have been done, and this comes from the previous intervention in 1979, when this place was quarried to resurface parts of the Douglas Charles Airport. We are mindful that when we do interventions like this, when there's quarrying, not to be confused with mining, by the way, when there's quarrying done for material, that there will be environmental impacts, and some of them can be very, very visible. The river being brown, being dirty, the causeways being muddy, but we are mindful that we are doing this development, mindful that we can do the mitigation methods. No one remembers this space after 1979, because the forest took over. The developers at the time backfilled this entire space, and that's why this soil is very, very loose, and we forgot that it was an active quarry for some time, because a secondary forest took over. In the same way, we're moving forward to ensure that the work that we do from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry in particular will rehabilitate this entire space. So we're speaking to terracing, we're speaking to using the endemic species in that space to reforest that space, and it is very important that we do this. We are very mindful that the public outcry is important, and we have to speak to this thing that is important as citizens of our country to question what is happening within our space. But we're also very happy and very delighted to tell folks that we are doing those measures to ensure that the integrity of this space can be sustained for future generations. So a generation ago we had this space excavated for quarrying purposes, and now we're doing the very same thing. The developer has come on board. We had a meeting last year. The Prime Minister was present, and because he had a concern on behalf of the citizens as well as to what has been happening here. And this and many other meetings have been held for the last couple of weeks to ensure that the developer and the contractor and we at the Division of Forestry keep on doing the work that we are entrusted to do. We are very mindful that development like this can affect daily lives, can affect the way people view the development. But we're also mindful that quarrying has been part of the Dominica landscape for some time. We have quarries on the west coast. We have quarries along the northeast coast, and we're hoping that when we do this well, and once we do this well, that we'll be able to extract the material that is needed, and also have a space that will be reforested, and that nature would take its course. So we're happy to be here and happy to hear the concerns for the citizens. But I'm also concerned as a citizen myself that the scientific method of dealing with these situations has to be very, very clear. We ought not to be emotional about these issues. And as a citizen of this country, I get very, very concerned when people get emotional and very reactive. Because there are those among us here, even here today, who are more than able to participate and help in the solutions. But I see personalities that is only coming forward when there appears to be a problem, and try in various ways to magnify the problem. And so we are the Division of Forestry and the Ministry of Environment. We're happy to have this conversation. The conversations, or a roadside conversation as a technical person, a scientifically trained person, is not something that we should have. This meeting should be in an office space where we sit and we rationalize the way forward. These ideas of standing on the side of a road and being emotional and using our experience over time to qualify why we should be there and jumping around and prancing, I think it is sad for our country. It's really, really sad for citizens to behave that way. And so we are mindful that we can have this conversation moving forward, that we can sit in as civilized people to have this conversation and to bring all players on board. We have, for the last few weeks, brought the contractor and developer to the table, and to ensure that they do the protocols and all the necessary work that has to be done as per the law, but also mindful that there's the heritage and culture and livelihoods that are also being affected, and that is beyond law and other commitments. So we are at this table to ensure that we can get the best for this country, and that when we balance development and natural resource use, that we can do it in a proper way. I just say that from the Ministry of Environment end, and from me as the minister, I'm open to every discussion, to any discussion, which is scientifically sound, which balance development and extraction of resources, and the best minds can concede to ensure that we have a smooth development of a product that is vital to our country, but also to use the materials within our space to do so.
Yes, gentlemen. I mean, you all heard the minister, and clearly, he talk about the science part of it. But let's use on the telephone there. Caller, good evening to you on the telephone.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, comrade, I pick up the comrade.
Yes. How are you, comrade? How are you? I wish you could. Our telephone. I hope our telephone quality is good enough for you.
Well, I don't know what it's going to. I tried several times. I don't even have them carry 107.9 on my van, so they have some issues with their lines and whatever. Anyway.
Yes.
I just going to be short because I don't want to telephone cut off for me. So I just listening to you guys there. Say good night to you guys and to the rest of your listening public.
Yes, good night, comrade.
You guys are at pain trying to rationalize and trying to explain. My brother, if it's the UWPs you're talking to, your talk falling on deaf ears. Okay, my brother, if you try to talk to UWP supporters, your whole speech falls on deaf ears.
Yes.
Because, my brother, these guys have no interest in seeing the construction of the international airport. Okay? It's the political bobo. But for whatever reason, because, I mean, let's be real.
Yes.
I mean, every single Dominican, UWP, Labour, support an international airport for Dominica or support it. Because all the the interest, documented interest in the construction of an international airport. Okay?
Yes.
So, but what has happened is this United Workers' Party guys with their deception and their dishonesty and their lack of credibility have pumped it out in some of the people's heads so much that they now get them saying that they don't need an airport.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
That is what they got. That is political propaganda and brainwashing. Because you see some of these fellas there, and fellas they don't even know why they're there.
Yes, I'm telling you.
They don't know what they're doing. Because they're not seeing what they bring them there to see.
Right.
You understand? So this airport thing has nothing to do with nothing. And all this cinema, all this choreography you see there, is part of the process to deny the people of Dominica an international airport. And they will look for all celebrities they will bring there. They will bring overseas celebrities there. They will bring all internationally renowned just to make you believe that they have a point.
Yes.
The only point they have, Simo, is to stop the development of Dominica. The only thing I have is to allow the people of Dominica, as I've done in the past, to remain as underdeveloped like we were under the United Workers' Party government.
Yes.
To deny the young people and the next generation an opportunity to be something meaningful in their lives, to make themselves and their families proud. That is what the United Workers' Party is up against. That is why they have a problem, Simo, with the international. They don't want it. They don't want us to build it.
That's
they
right.
Don't want Roosevelt Ferry to build the airport. Although they cannot tell us how they're going to build it, because they don't want to build an airport.
Of course they want to.
They try to build an airport. They borrow money. They wasted money trying to build an airport.
Yes.
But look, my brother, I've made the point that if you're going out of the way to stop an airport that you say that we want, how do you intend to build or to develop that airport, or have you changed your mind of building an airport for Dominica, Simo? When I simple question asking.
Of course they are. Of course, and reasonable too.
But you don't want the airport. You want to stop the airport. It has nothing to do with no environment. Because every time we pass a hurdle, one time it was no money. One time it was we couldn't raise the money. One time it was carrying airport. One time it in the bad location. And every time we solved a problem, every time we went over a hurdle, they put another stumbling block, Simo.
Yes.
Now it's a stone quarry. That it's not the same stone quarry there. It was not supposed to be a problem.
I tell you.
All of a sudden, he cannot sleep in the night. All of a sudden, he cannot sleep. But if you cannot sleep, it's not that makes you cannot sleep, my brother. Your conscience bursts in your backside. That is why you cannot sleep. It's not the airport that makes you cannot sleep. It's what you put the people of Dominica through, the mismanagement of the economy, and where you got our country between 1995 and 2000. That is why you cannot sleep. And to see Paul Roosevelt carried now trying to fix all the issues that you guys unfix and never fix. And now you see happening, your conscience will be heavy. You must say, Lord, why did I do this to the people? Why did I do this to the people? What did the people of Dominica do to me? Why would I have to punish them and continue to punish them, Simo? And then you guys were happy when you were fixing them on their thing about all of a sudden, and then they went to sleep on Wednesday night. And Thursday morning, they were supporting all the projects of the government.
Amazingly.
All the airport first class, 100%. Geothermal energy, 100%. Social programs, 100%. That is what the government report card they marking, Simo.
Yes.
See, but the only thing what at 90% on was with the minimum wage. Because he said, would I put a little more? It's good,
Yeah.
He said, good, The minimum wage is a good one, is a good start. But he gave us 90% because he said we should be a little more. With no analysis, with no planning, just $5 an hour, full stop. That's what I would give.
Yes.
So he gave us 90%, but he still said our efforts are... See, the point is, why is it that all of a sudden, after 15, 20 years of criticizing every action of the government, every action taken by the government to bring relief, whether it's to the senior citizens, whether it's to young people, whether it's to the infants, whether it's to the babies, any sector of the country that the Labour Party was attempting to fix, they criticize it. The airport, Simo, everything.
Yes.
All of a sudden, they went to sleep on Wednesday night, and Thursday morning, they were in support of everything. And I said, boss, Mr. them too deceitful for it to fall for that trap.
Yes.
That's a trap.
Yes.
Yesterday, the man said he don't even know where the airport is being built,
I tell you.
The same airport demand fighting to stop.
Yes.
The same airport demand brought people on the streets to burn down roads over the airport.
Don't know where it's building.
The same airport those men go all overseas and talk all nonsense about the airport. All of a sudden, the day last week, he said he support is a good thing. But he made the man said it's a good thing, but he still left all the obstacles in the airport. He made no effort to remove them.
Yeah.
Because the issues with the airport don't have to be resolved with stopping the airport.
No.
We can resolve those issues while the airport is being constructed, while removing the stones. We can put the mitigating measures in place.
That's right.
You understand? So you have to stop the airport, and you want to stop the airport now for 2 years. You don't want to build it. Now it's building, you want to stop it. Going at length to stop the construction of the airport. So don't come out no EIA and about Ravine. And that is not the issue. They have no issues with that. The issue is to deny the people of Dominica the international airport. They're mortally scared of the airport. You know, I don't know why. This guy just mortally scared of the airport from day one. And even now the airport is over 60% complete. They're still fighting the airport. Yet they want to come and tell you, oh, it's a good thing by the government for persist with the airport, and they support the government on that matter. You understand me, Simon?
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, let's discuss it. That people that don't understand it, and we have an obligation to the. Because if you're a teacher and you go to school and your children are learning, you can't abandon them.
I tell you, brother.
You have to go back to the classroom and try to put it in their head.
That's right.
So I can understand the job you guys have to try to put it in their head. But don't want to lose sleep over that.
Well, not us losing sleep. We just want to make sure that all our listeners and everybody understand these guys have no. Yeah.
You said them boys couldn't even tell you why they're doing out there.
No, they almost just there just for being their sake, but they have no real sense of reasoning. I mean, they were concerned about. I heard the Brisbane girl ask about in terms of the trees, what kind of trees they go in and plant, and the little things they were concerned about.
I mean, it will not be eating. I mean,
it's nothing serious. You know.
But that's the problem, Simeon. They don't. And Simeon, what this guy is doing is seeing how they could get people sufficiently frustrated. Because they have confessed to you that they cannot move Roosevelt Skerrit through the ballot.
That's right.
So they're going to do it for a series of civil disobedient actions, which includes demonstrations in private and public places. It includes declaring war against the police like they did. It includes putting the country in such a state that foreign investors, because when Siki was talking about one of the major attributes of his government, he said is political stability. You understand that? And he said, because in any country where there is political instability, you will not be able to attract investment and investors and create the jobs. You understand? And he was saying that he wants to compliment the government for the amount of things that have been thrown at this government. This government has never buckled.
Right.
That's a serious statement, Simeon.
Yes.
Because apart from natural disasters, but the United Workers' Party having the biggest issues in terms of causing problems in the country and to undermine our political stability and to deny us the investment opportunities that comes with a stable country and a stable government.
That's right.
So that appears to me was part of their mission, and it was always their mission, that every little incident was to go out on the street. Even when it was not their issue, they joined the issue and got the people to join other people's issues to cause problem on the street.
That's true.
To provoke the police, Simeon, so the police will take action.
That's true.
And when the police take action, they'll be taking up pictures and sent to the people overseas. And to tell them what a repressive regime we have in Dominica and all that dictator there, and people cannot even demonstrate, and people go people with the blood, and see what the police do people, and to create a euphoria that will draw negative attention to our country. My brother, that is the strategy by the United Workers' Party to drive our people into poverty and then blame somebody else for it.
Yes.
To deny them the opportunities in the international airport and say the Labour Party didn't create any jobs. To try to block, as they try to block the Intercontinental Hotel, the marina, the tram,
yes,
the geothermal development energy, every project that seem to hold some hope for getting us from where we are to a higher level of economic and social development is being attacked by the United Workers' Party government. Why? Why? Because they believe that people get so frustrated, so disgruntled, they will take to the streets. But that has never happened, Simon.
That's right.
That has never happened. The 600, the 300 they have, that is all they ever had. Their own people, Simeon, their own people are fed up with them, but to prove a political point, they will stick with them, but they're fed up. They don't show up to the activities.
And they do right.
And no matter who they use as leader, once you're from the top of the WP, there's no difference. There's no difference between Sikiri and Thompson Fountain. I'm not sure about the Pharaoh fella. I mean, I don't know much about Mr.
Yeah.
He doesn't hear Mr. He doesn't see Mr. You know, he don't know about
Mr. Foreign.
Yeah, Mr. I was worried. Mr. I was following.
Yeah.
I don't also drag him in, so he just coming.
Yeah.
You see, you know. So that is where it's at. That the United Workers' Party as a unit, not the splinter group, because they're all the same thing. When you cut a snake head and make another head, it's the same snake, you know, just make a new head.
Right, right.
So when you take out Sikiri and you take out Edison and you put Lennox, and then you take out Lennox and you put Sprague, and you take out Sprague and you put Ron Green, and you take out Ron Green and you put the one from the Cardinagos, and then you take out the put Thompson. But it's the same snake. It's just a different head. And so for you to get some peace in this country, for us to move forward, we have to take care of the snake. And we can only take care of the snake with our presence and our activism, or getting confirmed, or getting people to go and confirm. Because we're not a violent party.
Right, right.
We've never won any election with any level of violence or misbehavior. It never happened to the Labour Party. We're always smooth. And that's why we have to fight them. With prayers, with action, and with a demonstration of our ability to care for our people.
That's right.
You know, in terms of crisis, the Labour Party has never failed the people of Dominica.
That's right, my brother.
When we come in 2000, many pundits didn't know how we were going to revive that economy from where it was. We brought back the economy, Simeon.
That's right.
When we were under the IMF regime, everybody thought, well, that was it for us. We were able to move ourselves from it.
Yes.
So all these natural disasters, I'm not going in order, Simo. Maria, they say it would take us 20 years before we could recover from Maria. Within 3-4 years, you don't recognize that country anymore.
That's right.
So COVID, when the United Workers' Party predicted that 15,000 people were going to die in Dominica, put the country in total fear.
Yes.
Total fear, Simeon.
Yes.
He went to the parliament, and that was his contribution to the debate on COVID, that 15,000 people were going to die, and 3,000 going to be hospitalized.
Yes.
So he was asked to order more beds from anywhere. You can order more beds because we're going to be dying like flies. See what the government never seen. Roosevelt can never throw his hand up. He maybe throw his knees down and start to pray. But see how we came out of this thing.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So with the Dominican Labour Party, Dominican people has never been. Yes, we have been through some bumps on the road. We have been through some difficult periods, some of it imported. The whole world is in crisis, and most of the time the things happen outside affects us inside.
Yes.
When there's a problem in getting the supplies of oil, or the price of oil goes up, because we don't decide on the price of oil.
That's true.
But we have never disappointed the people of Dominica, and we continue to do things in the interest of the people to ensure that whatever happens tomorrow or the day after, the people of Dominica will be in a comfortable position. They may not see it now, because everybody wants their thing now, but we're preparing a base for the future development of this country, for the next generations of this country, and that is what the government is at. And we need time to do it.
That's right.
We just started.
That's right.
And the people of Dominica have to give us the time we need to continue on the development track. Because we have not seen any alternative, Simo.
That's right. None.
We have not seen any alternative. Dominica have not seen any alternative So how you can leave what you have for what you don't see yet?
I'm telling you.
It doesn't make logical sense.
Not at all.
Working government, our work is clear to see. The whole world is interested in Dominica. Our projects are people-centered projects.
That's right.
And you're telling me you're going to leave that and you're going to run behind a set of guys that cannot even organize themselves from within. From within, Simo, it's from outside they'll be able to do it.
You see that how it happening at all?
Let us remain focused, my brother.
That's right, my brother.
Our work continues. This Labour Party has always been a working party. I've never took one day rest as a political party. We have always tried to work in the best interest, and the works are being seen now. Whether it's at the hospital, whether it's in the schools, whether it's in the colleges, everywhere you go, you can see the work of the Dominican Labour Party in terms of elevating the standard of the ordinary man and to continue to lift those at the middle and the upper class.
That's right.
Simo, continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
We're on the right track. It cannot stop the airport. Now, I don't know what other excuse they can come up with now. What other excuse they can use?
Hey, yeah, boy.
What other excuse they can use, Simo?
I want to see now. I want to see after today.
But let us remain good. Who can pray, who can work, can work. That airport is our airport, every single Dominican, and all of us, whether privately, whether publicly, whether in church, we have to continue to support the government in the construction of the international airport and all the other life-changing projects that we're undertaking right now.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, guys. Good night and God bless.
Thank you, Honorable Oshry. Thank you again for sharing the force. Let's see if we can get our comrade Senior Counsel on the platform there. Senior Counsel, can you unmute your mic and speak? Let me see if I get in you live. Essie?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great.
I'm trying to, give me 1 minute.
Yeah, okay, great that we can get you because we had some difficulty in getting the WhatsApp line on this line, but I'm happy that we're able to get you there. But some good points there by Honorable Oshry.
Very good points by Reggie. I say his voice is almost back to normal. My brain had a difficulty keeping up with him because he was moving at a great pace, but he raised, as usual, very, very, very important points. And I just want to add to what he says.
Right ahead.
Okay. I mean,
yes.
I mean, let's put it this way. I think almost every election we've had since the days of associated statehood, and most definitely independence, every political party has issued a manifesto promising to construct an international airport.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. We've had a number of them who actually started the process. Dame Eugenia Charles with the American, Canadian, and British, and that was hijacked by Edison James. Edison James himself went to borrow $140 million that killed the country. And not only that, in the drive for the construction of the airport, he got the Minister of Agriculture to transfer state lands to him. He got a lease from Mrs. Fidel, and he tried to get a loan from the Aid Bank under the something.
Venture Capital Fund.
Venture Capital Fund. And I'm not aware of any support from anybody. Let me rephrase that. I am not sure. I'm not that old, and I don't recall whether when the manifestos came out or the initial construction would have started off, which failed, that there was a hue and a cry from the Dominican Labour Party or from Dominicans saying they don't want no international airport.
I don't recall that at all myself.
Right? So the construction of an international airport is not something that came out of the sky. It's something that from E.O. Blah, Frank Barron, Patrick John, Edison James, Dame Eugenia Child, Edison James, Rosie Douglas, Pierre Charles, and Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. It has been part of the political culture of our country that every former political leader and prime minister and leader of the opposition believed and felt strongly that an international airport was critical to the development of the country. Why has that changed? I'll tell you why that has changed. The United Progressive Party, the United Workers' Party has created a culture that anything used, any plan, any project, any policy by the government utilizing taxpayers' money or CBI money for the benefit of the poor people has always been objected to. Yes, we care program, pit latrine eradication, access to potable water, the housing revolution, access to education, access to health. Objections without presenting a credible alternative to every project that would benefit the people of the country. Can you imagine politicians in the parliament objected to the pit latrine eradication program, which in there started off some years after we did? I mean, the fact that somebody would want his mother or father or grandmother to go, or his sister to go and squatting somewhere in the bush in a old shed was shocking to me. And the statements that then political leader made about the Yes We Care program, it was unbelievable that after Hurricane, when the then leader was questioned or spoken to about what he has done or what he will do for the people of his constituency, he said that's not going into the fisherman's shop. Not for him. He don't have the mandate for that.
No, he do that.
During COVID, the senator from the Kalinago territory, I think she's now the chief.
Yeah.
There's no company with any issue because he didn't give us the mandate.
And it's Sanford.
And it's Sanford to do anything for you. And I'm saying to myself, well, what are you in politics for?
Yeah.
What are you in politics for? For your own self-pump, your own arrogance, your own considerations, your own personal gain, political gain? And why are you sending out manifestos indicating what it is you want to do for the working people when the party that wins the election does it, you object to it?
Yeah.
I'll never forget when the housing revolution started. I think Reggie was minister at the time. The United Workers' Party went on a Blue Rhythm tour. And Lennox said it's not the needy who benefited, it was the greedy.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they're objecting to the most important capital project in the history of the Commonwealth of Dominica. From now until the day we meet our Christ and our grandchildren join us. It is an amazing achievement to have been able to do and reach as far without loans, without increased taxation, but using the benefits of the Citizenship by Investment Program. We're building geothermal. We're building a marina. We have built some of the top boutique hotels in the Caribbean. We've had 2 state-of-the-art hospitals, one in the Northeast, one in Goodwill and so on. It's been a miraculous resurrection of the country and the people, because when Prime Minister Roosevelt became Prime Minister, we were in the clutches of an IMF stabilization program.
That's right.
Prime Ministers Douglas and Charles died of blessed memory. He had to take up the mantle as the youngest Prime Minister in the world. Take it through a stabilization program. Take it through a storm in 2010. Take it through another one in 2015, 2017, COVID. At an accelerated pace where we were able to recover from Maria within 4 months. In relation to Erica, a member, officer of the World Bank, who's a close friend of mine, told me that the officials were shocked that Dominica's recovery was so quick after Erica. So by the time they did the annual assessment, we were probably what, like 6% lost the remaining at that time. 94% had been recovered. In Maria, it took, 4 years to recover almost everything.
Tell you.
So why, I mean, And you know something, one of you mentioned something that I think is important. We have a cannibalistic approach to politics.
Yes.
And my brother, my comrade.
Yeah.
Every time they believe they see or believe they smell blood in the river or the water, they want to dive in with cutlass and so on.
Yeah.
They don't understand that while some issues are political and political backtalk and counter talk is necessary, when you have the issues that confront us today that have the potential of denying citizens the right to acquire or the privilege of acquiring a visa under the proclamation, all right? And possible threat to the Citizenship by Investment Program. You would think that they would have reached out to Prime Minister Skerrit as he reached out to them after Erica and Maria. You remember when he had his parliamentary committee to assist in measuring the damage and assisting members of parliament to acquire funding for repairs in their constituency. You remember that?
Yeah, that was after Erica.
And in a time of national crisis, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit reached out the window with his hand and brought them in as part of a steering committee or a management committee. They squandered it, they wasted it. Directed is famous for saying all they wanted was top up, rental, and coffee and food and so on.
Exactly.
You would think if I were the leader of the United Workers' Party or the Dominica Liberation Front or whatever you want to call it, in the face of what I know, I would have been the first one to call Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit to tell him that I pledge the support of my own support and that of my political party. Because you cannot turn your back on the people who are going to suffer, because it's not just the politicians going to suffer, it's the working class people of the country.
That's right.
The people who struggle every day to make a living and to work hard, they're the ones that are going to suffer. And on the question of the Citizenship by Investment Program, let me educate your listenership with some basic facts.
Go right ahead.
From 2023, the prime ministers of the CBI states and the heads and officers of the Citizenship by Investment Program have collaborated with officials of the Treasury Department of the United States. Attended by the prime ministers, the heads, and by the Deputy Secretary of the Treasury and high-profile officers, including anti-money laundering, counter-terrorism experts from the Treasury Department that would be meeting with the Prime Minister, I think first in St. Kitts. They agreed to 6 cardinal principles that are to be implemented to protect the credibility and integrity of the program and to reduce any possible threat. These were put in place. In Dominica today, under these 6 principles that were agreed, there's an international firm that audits the Citizenship by Investment Program, not just the Director of Audit, but international auditors as well. There was a 4th meeting in 2024, attended by members of the officials of the United Kingdom, the European Commission, the Department of the Treasury in the United States as well. When they tighten things about residence, regulatory authority to regulate and to control and to monitor the programs and so on. And then the last meeting they held with the Americans was in December the 1st, 2025. In the first week or two of 2025, December 2025, the Prime Ministers, some before, some in December, signed the agreement, 81-page agreement, setting out all of the changes that were going to be made to the regime to protect its integrity and to reduce the threat to any sovereign foreign state. These agreements were signed by Roosevelt Skerrit, Gaston Brown, Philip Pierre, Terence Drew, Deacon, Mitchell, Insekis, all of them. In the last month or two of 2025, the parliaments legislated and gave full parliamentary and legislative effect to the agreement. So our regime now includes residencies for up to a period of time, further enhanced due diligence, bringing in fuller cooperation with the countries and with the intelligence agencies, including the the FIU, the Financial what do you call it, Investigative Unit, FIU?
Yes, FIU and FSU, yes.
Right. So these things are now part of the law.
Right.
So when you hear people say that there is no residency required, and you can also be prohibited from changing your name except in certain specific circumstances. So the point that I want the listeners to understand before I hang up is that the legislative regime or the methods for change from since 2023 were part of the participatory process and consultations with the Americans. And in one meeting in 2024, the European Commission was present together with officials of the United Kingdom. I don't have the time tonight to read the names to you, but one of these Tuesdays or Saturdays I will.
Right.
So if in fact the new regime poses a threat to the United States, as is being alleged by the opposition forces, and we made a big boo-boo and a big mistake, well, the Treasury Department have to take some blame for that, if that's the case. And it's not the case, because the changes that were made with the approval of the officials of the Treasury Department of the United States, United Kingdom and European Commission. So there's nothing that we did.
Right.
Okay? And I was listening to another show in Antigua earlier that started before yours. And somebody called to the host of the show.
Yeah.
Can anybody tell me, I call him from Wilkes or wherever he was calling from, has any person who has acquired citizenship under the Citizenship Investment Program ever commit any act of terror or violent criminal acts in any parts of the United States? And the host, or both hosts, said they're not aware of that.
Right.
They're not aware of that. But I just wanted to inform the public that there was close collaboration with the Americans, the European Unions, and the British in legislating, in entering into the respective agreements, and in legislating the recent changes that were made to the law to give it greater credibility and protection to the respective states. So we cannot, and if that's what the opposition is doing, they're being extremely dishonest. They're not in Parliament, so they'll probably say they're not aware of the legislation.
Yeah, they pretend.
But I can tell you, if they listen to the Parliament or were interested in the progress of the country, they would have realized that the legislation was in fact passed, and the members of the Parliament who are there now. Let me just get this to show you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we have senior counsel there with us, of course.
I'm trying to find the legislation. I have it. It was passed in December 2025, or September, December 25, putting in place all the recommendations that were being made by the Americans and the European Union and others. So I think it's important, those of us that are on radio should be aware of that, together with our listeners.
Indeed.
I can't find the legislation right now, Simeon.
Yeah, no problem.
It was signed.
Yeah.
Most of them signed in September 2020. The agreements were signed in 2025.
Right.
In September 2025, and the legislation was passed in December.
Okay.
If I get it, I'll send you a WhatsApp of it.
Yes, indeed.
All right, that's all I really wanted to say.
Well, I see. Thank you again. I mean, the mission continues, and as
did you want to ask me a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's not the first time, and it seems to me it will not be the last time that the UWP wants to always be on the wrong side of things in Dominica. I mean, and they make arguments prematurely on everything. I mean, they don't try to ascertain the facts or have any interest in the facts. I went up on the project today, at Daybush to really see what they were coming with SC, and to my surprise, the people had no serious concerns, except they were just making noise, And I'm like, at which point, do they understand that when something is in the national interest, you know, regardless to whether you support blue, red, or white, whatever color, but you have to look at what is in the national interest. And UWP, as you highlighted, took a loan to build an airport that we never got. So the Labour Party is paying for that, while at the same time building one without trying to put the citizenry of this country under any major debt, and SC doing it in a way.
It's not just that. You're correct. Is that every political party, every political leader, in the course of a campaign for election to the made the promise of building a hotel, an international airport.
Yes.
It was part of the manifest, his culture of manifestos in our jurisdiction for decades. Decades. Ian LeBlanc, Frank Barron, I think, was one.
Patrick John.
Patrick John, Dame Virginia Charles. Rosie Douglas. Everybody.
Yes. Yes.
But the one person that was able to do it with minimal cost is causing them to get some mental, how should I put it, breakdown.
Getting paranoid.
Because, and the truth is, Simeon, part of the problem is they're consistently negative. Cannibalistic is probably a better word to use. Because they don't have a credible alternative.
Yes.
But to the people of this country, the United Workers' Party's project was going to be financed through loans and taxation on the backs of the people for generations. You remember the saying we used to have on the Next Level Steamer when we did the show? On our children for generations to cross like a dead albatross?
Yes.
That's what it is. And we are getting one built through the Citizenship by Investment Program at minimal cost to the country and to the people of this country and to the taxpayers. And everybody's coming out talking about it and so on, not understanding the fundamental of importance. And the fact, unlike most countries that have started an international airport, we already have the hotel rooms there.
Yes.
Or in the process of construction.
That's true.
And a number of them, Jumbie Bay,
Secret Bay.
What you said?
Secret Bay, we have Jungle Bay,
Secret Bay, Intercontinental. There's a new one that my friend built on the South Coast and others. And Alex Lawrence Road is coming up, the one in Salisbury is coming up. So the rooms are there and are being constructed, additional rooms are being constructed. So the rooms are there.
That's right.
The cable car is being built, the Whaler Marina is already in full flight.
That's right.
What are they going to say? People are getting over thousands of people are getting homes at no cost because they lived in dangerous areas, and the commitment given to the people that they will get climate resilient homes and get scholarships for education. We have more people at university than at any time in our history. Maybe in respect of other countries as well. So what is the alternative that the opposition forces can put to us? Nothing. That's why they have to be cannibalistic and accuse everybody of every crime under the sun. Never for a moment looking in the mirror themselves. Anyway, bonsoir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, dear. Thank you for your contribution there. I think I saw on the platform there with us there, Comrade Lloydie was there with us. Comrade Lloydie, if you're there, can you unmute your mic if you are still there with us? And let me just see. I think Comrade Lloyd is there. Yes.
I sure will.
Yes, Comrade.
Let me say pleasant good evening to you, Simeon, Caressa, Clarence, and all the listeners, senior council, senior ministers, and senior minister that have called and really gave a solid contribution to the program this evening.
Thank you.
Simeon,
yes.
I've been following the all that been going on in Dominica in terms of the relentless effort from the UWP and the acolytes and their supporters to try to impede growth, to stop growth, because if growth comes, the credit will be given to what is due, which is the Roosevelt Skerrit administration, the Prime Minister, and they are fighting tooth and nail for that not to happen.
Yes.
They cannot stand the fact that their failed attempt to build and to try to put some of whatever they had in place to make stuff happen did not happen. They have failed the economy, Simeon. They have failed the farmers. They have failed civil servants in the past. They have failed businessmen. They have failed all sector of society. The UWP, both the former leaders and the present, have failed the people. And so these guys cannot, for a moment, they cannot stand themselves looking at the same country that they have failed. Now the Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, is taking the country to heights unknown. Simeon, the what they mentioned about the airport, the problem here is not the environment. These people are interested in no environment, Simeon.
Yeah.
They put in the environment as a front, but it's not nothing with the environment. It has nothing to do with people. It has nothing to do with the rivers or the fishes therein.
Right.
It has nothing to do with this. They are using that as tools, but what they're really trying to do, Simeon, Clarence and Caressa and to your listeners, is stop the airport. So they're looking for, as the older people would say, they're looking for a hook to hang their hat, because there is none. There's nothing that they can point to the government and say, well, as Senior Minister said earlier, hypocritically they said last week that they give the Prime Minister and the government solid report cards for keeping the country solid in terms of security and keeping it in check for all the different projects. And now the same people that have said that 2 weeks ago is now saying something completely different. But Simeon, the UWP has never ceased to amaze me. And one of the areas that they have amazed me is the fact that they use everybody what they can get for Papi Show. The UWP has used nurses as Papi Show. They have used doctors as Papi Shows. They have used former prime ministers as Papi Shows. They have used engineers as Papi Shows. Everybody they can get. And these guys are proven to have just take people and make fools out of them. And the example, even artists, international artists, they use them and make fools out of them, because they're telling them one thing, but at the same time, they're not giving them the full information and making these people go out there and make themselves. I've experienced one of our homegrown doctors, not even IP, another one, was at the grammar school some years ago with a placard. Somebody I have so much respect for. These people are just hell-bent on following a party, Simeon, a leader that has failed. The Thompson Fountain has nothing to show for anything that he has done.
Right.
Yet still, he have doctors and lawyers and engineers following him. And that is so shameful. And it is so disheartening. The international airport, as we have said and previous callers have said, has been something that the people of this country have been looking forward to. We have bavé over this. We have lamented over this. We spoke about all the problems that we have encountered in trying to get to Dominica when we are flying from international and from overseas. We identify all the problems. And here is the Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, after growing up and seeing the headache and the heartache that Dominicans have been going through in terms of traveling, has now taken a mantle and decided to execute something that we have so we have wanted for so long.
Yes.
You have a few voices coming out there trying to stop
what we know, Simeon, is going to bring much economic growth to the country. Simeon, we know it's going to help farmers with their produce. We know it's going to help young people with employment. We know it's going to open the country to horizons unknown. We know it's going to bring in enough airlift to the country so that we can, our people are doing arts and craft and handicraft and all sorts of different employ in terms of self-employment would benefit from this. We know the hotels are going to benefit from it. And once the hotel benefits, they're going to create more employments for young people. We know the car rentals are going to benefit. We know the restaurants are going to benefit. We know the tour operators and the tour guides, Simeon, are going to benefit. Simeon, this has long-term benefits, short-term, mid-term, and long-term benefit for our people.
That's right.
Yet still the people who wants to run the country, who claim they love the country, who claim they want to be at the helm of the country, is trying to inhibit growth. You can say, well, you want to be prime minister, your party wants to be in power, but if you that's on you if you want to say that. Right. But you cannot put your head in the sand and try to deny Dominicans of something that we have so long been waiting for. We are at the verge, Simeon. We almost there.
Yes.
Last week told us we are advanced. Is next year, Simeon, we're looking at for the opening of the airport. I just hope by next year end or next year, October, November, December, we should be getting the A380s and the 777s and the A320s and all of those big flights flying from all over the world, touching down and bringing much needed airlift to the country so we can expand our economic growth.
That's right.
That is what we're doing, Simo. Reverse carriages are doing nothing wrong. Reverse carriage is not hurting the country in no way, shape, or form. Reverse carriage is uplifting the country economically, socially, educationally, and all those other alleys that you can talk about, that you can think about. And so we have a few people, Simeon, that is helping on trying to stop. We are not going to stop. Edison James is who they should be talking to. Edison James is who they should be putting pressure onto. Edison James is the one that filed an injunction in the court so that we cannot operate we can't operate the previous that we had before. He's the one that blocked it. It is not Roosevelt Skerritt that put an injunction in the court. It is not senior minister that put an injunction in the court. It is not the Minister of Environment, Minister Crozier, that put an injunction in the court. It's none of the ministers of government. It's not the Minister of Housing, Minister Poppins-Carey that put an injunction in the court. No! It's Edison James, a former Prime Minister, who himself, as you mentioned earlier, wanted to send, they took $140 million, said they're going to build an airport, and before anything got to fruition, he was sitting in a corner by a quarry trying to make sure that he get the better contract and the better deal at the airport. And today, because they have failed, Simeon, they have failed the people, they have failed themselves, they have failed the Caribbean, they have failed the world, because if they had done what they should have done, we already have an airport and we already have international flights coming from all over the world.
That's true.
So they have failed the tourists who was expecting to land or to come to Dominica before now. Now, Roosevelt Skerritt has opened up the country, and we have those people trying their best. I'm so disheartened to see, the people who knows better, who have traveled internationally, Simeon, and is now saying we do not need it. Simeon, listen to me carefully, Carissa and Clarence. These are people, the same artists that is there talking about the airport. These are people that have traveled all over the world doing business and performing. And they are now saying we do not need an national airport. Those are the doctors that have traveled and studied all over the world. I hear no one saying we do not need an international airport. And we have, by all means, all the surveys have shown that Dominica, for us to grow bigger, for us to have more in our coffers, in our country, we need to have an international airport.
That's right.
This is plain and fair and to the point. So, Simo, in closing, I want to encourage the government and support the government in what they're doing for our country, whether it's the housing revolution, whether it's the geothermal that is coming, that is almost, completed, whether it's the hotels, we are well on our way. And Simo, Clarence, and Caressa, and to your listeners, we should not let anybody get in the way of progress, whether you're a foreigner or you are a Dominican, born, bred, blood-born bred. Nobody, 3 people, 5 people, 50 people should not hamper or hinder progress for over 70,000 people, and more because other people from other foreign countries will be coming into the country before the international airport. So, my dear friend, let's continue to show and support progress, and let's continue to hold the hands of our leader, of our government, and encourage them as we move from strength to strength into the future. Thank you, my dear friend.
Thank you. Thank you, comrade. Thank you again for your excellent contribution there. And yeah, I mean, no doubt, and of course, former senior minister mentioned the fact that they don't have any alternative plan, and so while they are criticizing and making all efforts to stop the current airport project, they don't have an alternative plan. And that is part of the problem we have. They have learned that technique for so many years. It is embedded in them right now. Let's stop everything. Let's stop the country from. It's like for them the country dead. They in it. They working. They making money in it, but they still cannot accept the progress that is taking place. Some of them have heavy equipment. They're making their money on the labor. But they telling you the country dead. So I say, how you have 2 machines working and the country dead? You have 2 excavators working, still have a truck working, and the country dead. Yes, Carson.
Yeah, but Simeon, you remember it's the same sort of people who wanted to declare a do-nothing campaign,
Yeah.
So they operate in the excavators, they're doing whatever, but they want the rest of Dominica to stay home and do nothing.
Do nothing.
And they're going to bring nothing for them,
It's the very Edison that had promoted the do nothing, during a meeting of the UWP where he said he asked everybody to let us go and do nothing. But while he telling them do nothing, he happy to accept the fact that he come out from 1,000, and I want to say it again for Dominicans, remember his number, When all you see him, Dominicans, he come out from his 1,642 every month. His pension, Clarence, to 9,642. How come the workers people doesn't come out and say, Edison don't deserve that? Because he retired. I never heard them comment about that. They always like to comment on what the Prime Minister, where the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister, this the Prime Minister, that, but the Prime Minister working. But he's retired. Yeah, and he getting good treatment like that.
Okay, technical.
Let me take a call there, Clarence. He retired, Boy, it's boy, good. Caller, good evening to you on the telephone. Good evening.
Good evening, boy. Imagine I was in the next tool because I had too much fireball in there, so I was on point.
Yes.
Good evening to Mr. Caressa the King. Good evening to Clarence the Christian.
Good evening.
Tell us no. I know you the baptism session. But you know, you remember we had Toilet and World Boss of giving people Toilet and man make a song?
Yes.
So not intentionally what man will get vexed. I mean, let's get it real.
You didn't get vexed up in toilet.
Thank you. You can write a big song about the toilet.
Yes. Right? I like that one.
So let's get real.
Yes.
If a pit toilet is a problem for human beings, which is a problem for human beings, and the Prime Minister fix and give us a flushing toilet, man, make song, man, vex, So therefore, international airport that open for the world, that means, that is asset
for the people and for the country, you know, you're against city, you're against yourself, you know. You know, man?
Yes.
You know, now as the brother say, them are picking up artists that underground for how long, how we can pass 2017, how we can pass. Jamaican artists make songs to promote life, to give a life for everybody, you know. That artist never make a song to promote nothing in everybody, you know. You forget that?
Yeah, I'm listening.
What underground women like, and let's get real, you want underground women like Joshua and another doctor that confused and do no, they're bad mind.
Bad mind.
They have no credit left. These people have no credit left and they don't to be in center of attraction. It's real. You know what I'm telling you? But nothing I tell you, there is no way in life, no country in the world can never function without an international airport and a good seaport. Right?
That's right.
Right now, they say agriculture was nothing was happening in agriculture. Right now, I see something by Indashing and so I don't everything by Indashing coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You see, them man realize right now they have nothing to mention, you know, because they think the way things up and running in living colors that they no stop in a sense, you know. We're not going to stop ourselves, you know.
I tell you.
There's plenty there. These guys never vote for us. They never support us. They never part of us. They never they want to put government outside me. There's never a serious problem. You never support the family. You never work with the family, but I come with the family outside. Family have a problem. Some man using word and you don't know where they go in. You yourself singing and you want to say you want to be a messenger. First of all, you take a man, one thing, I don't follow nobody, I respect everybody concept and everybody philosophy.
Right.
You might say, I know my history, I love Marcus Garvey, I know why. When I talk in there, nobody make me to talk, you know.
Right.
I know what I'm talking about.
True. That's right.
I respect everybody. But no man can bring God for me, you know. And there is no way in life, no man come and tell you what they want and come and talking garbage after, you know. Talking about the voice of the people is the voice of God. But in 1922, who is the voice of the people, Mr. Simeon?
Who is the voice of the people? Who is the voice?
The voice of the people? The voice of the people is the voice of God. 1921.
I think the 19 sounded like the voice of the people and the voice of God.
But of course, let's get it real. So the man have a problem. You know, you don't be send them a shot. And why don't mind the man come by himself and come and give you energy, you know? You come in with two fellas that confused. As I hear Paul herself as a match to do something, I was in there. You bring this kind of people, that man doesn't have to be in politics well and truly when you get your man back from. By right, by real. When certain people do certain things in the system by right, this like prison whatsoever, them are not supposed to be no politician, they can be followers, members, what by that, but they have to be no leader, no politician by right. We have to change them kind of thing. I'm talking like garbage. Let's get it real, Rasta.
Yes, man.
You over?
Yeah, man.
When Edison say, you want an airport, right? You put a cover right by your house for you and your wife, you know. It wasn't a problem. No, I don't even got trouble in my life, you know. You put a cover right by your house for you and your wife. It wasn't a problem. As soon as you realize, you know, you take the loan, and when you pay the loan, you have chapo by day and you have t-shirt day. You remember that?
Yeah.
You forget all that too. You forget your chapo by and t-shirt day.
I tell you.
Them man give people license for agriculture. That's more ball than they catching them man. So it's not up and running fireman running. Supposed to mention this and so like. Them man can't do like that. Them man they bitter, they sour, they confused, they tomato, they so they fire burn all the boy. And we go and use them with stick by making something better. If you want to tell people how you making your money, we have or we can pass out one song you make to give us some money, you can your own content, my God, we don't get that like what. And I will make my pressure go. Up and running with somebody in the corner. Fireman running best of this time.
Yes, I. Yes, I.
Those guys wanted a voice. A voice somebody have. You know, really, people have not heard Nasio in years. I sure the people of Four Station listen, look at him just to see him because they have not seen him in years.
The brother still
the
look
people
good,
of Katbua have not seen him in years. So if he on TV and things, so people going to look at him. I looked at him. I tell you today when I saw him, I was driving. Once I see him, I just pull up on the side of the road. I stop. When I think I just stop to go and to go and take him.
Rastaman throw one stone?
Yeah, so he throw.
Rastaman show us stories, say people come up.
Yeah.
But Rastaman boy, anyway, anyway, I love to see the Rastaman on the stage.
Me too. I would love to see him on the stage.
Say what you want. I love to see the Rastaman on the stage again. Yes, I always like that's your songs anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, the brother. I just think the brother is being misled there by some fellas, and the brother will understand that we really need the international airport. You know, that foolishness, they make him talk there. I think he will come to his true senses. Hey, caller, good evening on the telephone.
Handsome, good evening. Mr. Albert.
Hey, how are you? How are you? Yes, Saturday night we were on.
Yes, I missed that band. But good night, Mr. Caressa, and good night.
Hi, good evening.
Good night, good evening, Tanti.
Mr. Caressa is busy on the phone. I can see you busy. Checking your news. Anyways, Mr. Albert was there, and I was not well, man. I want headache. I say, I got bed. I say, I'm gonna just relax there. What I say, when I do wake up 12 o'clock in the morning, I didn't have to fight for that. I say, wait. No one better than finish already.
Sleep to pay you. According to the people.
Anyway, good program. You all did an excellent job. Thank you, Mr. Albert.
Yes, my dear.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
That artist here live in St. Martin. I'm talking about his own set of habits. Mr. Albert, I don't know how very well you know the island of St. Martin.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at Shrewsbury, once upon a time, St. Martin was producing salt. When you come inside Shrewsbury, my brother is pond that was there, you know. This salt pond that was there, and this salt pond, all the great buildings you see in St. Martin days. The pond and them, they fill up.
Backfill.
For them to build what they build in here, you understand?
Yeah.
And nobody to protest and say anything. And if you come down in Marigot, where you are taking about to go Anguilla, all by the post office there was Simeon. You see the people push back, you know.
Right.
To make St. Martin beautiful as you see it is here.
Okay?
And then people, they was using their cell phone, they was getting shrimps and everything. And the citizens, they know what is progress. So I don't find Dominican, some of us Dominican, we are not nice in our ways at all. Or you like to go and boast other country people doing better than us. We don't have this, and we don't have that, and we don't have Pakatisi and Pakatata. And when I come in other people's country and see, but I don't know what the people do.
Right.
They're up and running. Some sacrifices, people and them take and sacrifice, and I see me when I come to Martin, I say, oh, if it's still there, man, it's the little me pond. I don't even know what was pond they say.
Yeah.
It's the little me pond and thing that day. And if it's today, you look at it now, you don't think just upon self.
Yes.
Build it, not good up there. So we have to learn to sacrifice if we want to progress. In a country, you have to sacrifice. You have to lose something for you to can gain progress. Simple as that.
Yes.
Okay? And this artist there, he travels. He lives here. He see how things run, his things. I mean, stuff like everything can be politics, but it's not everything. Sometimes you have to oppose when you have to oppose. And stand with government when you have to say, no, we don't have the airport.
Right.
Then we're talking about, we don't have investors that to come in. And how do you expect them to come in, my brother? When they come in Dominica, they don't know how they're reaching here.
Right.
Dominicans are need to stop it, man. Dominica can't be staying like Talo. We was behind like Talo and PM scary take us and put us at the front at the top. We have to high share the blah. Or PM is working. And long time I might say sometimes I say, but where was that PM when I was in school in my time?
I know.
Man, waste that man. Stop it, other people. All the taking everything to make
I tell you, man.
That is wickedness. Or you just all have a urge to see Minister go down. Our Prime Minister has been so good, Mr. Albert.
I tell you.
The Prime Minister was not doing it. Not things that was there before, huh? There's things was never happening before to say, well, okay, when the PM come, he take it out and he put something and say, well, I'll get a reason. You understand to see why the people upset. But for nothing at all, no man. And when we go on other people's country, you can bust someone to the country. Dominica don't have this and that and that. But when he sacrifices,
yes.
You have to make. Even though when you're doing things for your own self, you have to sacrifice.
That's true. That's true. You have to sacrifice something, some way, somehow.
Yes. You have got to respect it again. At the end of the day, when our people will not stay there forever. Look at St. Vincent, Mr. Albert. Ralph built this airport. Who do you think enjoying the airport today? He's not in government. He's not the Prime Minister for St. Vincent no more. Somebody else running things.
Yeah, I do.
and they opposed the international airport in St. Vincent when it was being constructed, just like they're doing here, you know.
Exactly. I mean, we're too bad-minded and wicked. Mr. Albert, thank you. Mr. Carter, thank you. Mr. Parents, thank you again. You drive home safe. Good night.
Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, you know, they don't realize how quickly time has passed by, you know, and then you don't build it now. Somebody still have to build it anyway. Caller, good evening to you.
Good evening, Simeon.
Good evening.
And another question I would ask somebody that was by the site today. That's the chief carrier. You can remember the time when he said about traditional house for the Carib people?
Yeah, them Kabe.
I want to know if you have a traditional house staying in now.
I don't think so.
You see what they want for poor people? Why is they rising? They want people to stay on there. You believe that any Carib now would like to be staying in a traditional house? This time now?
In this modern time?
Modern time, we are hurricane that taking out grass in Gongman. Man, you know, I don't just laugh at people, you know. You know, when I remember all that too, I say, look at her. She have a book writing. I say, man, come on. This traditional house woman, she have a traditional house. Come on, man.
She was looking for like a consultation, man. She wanted a little consultation.
But no matter who on the Labour Party, my Prime Minister said in front to deal with them, they're taking care of them very good.
Yeah,
and I tell you, Mr. Carib, Minister, today I enjoy listening to your game.
Yeah.
Yes, because I tell you, you well taking care of them.
Yeah, man.
That is right under your Ministry Environmental, and you talk to them as somebody that know what they're talking about. And thank you again. And my Prime Minister, you're not looking for scrappers in Mongolia. You have people that can do their work. And thank you for that again.
Yes.
Yes. Strong. Anyway, I still listening.
Indeed. Yes. You know, and somebody raised a point with me today that the Prime Minister wasn't present on this site today, but however, the minister responsible for the environment was there. And, you know, now Tony Libla came and asked for the Prime Minister. But somebody said to me after that meeting there, but Simeon, you know, they like to say, oh, the Prime Minister alone answering everything. and today, the minister and the professionals were there. He is the Prime Minister. So he said, how to please this fellas there? You know, the Prime Minister not there, they complaining, where him? When he there, oh, why is he alone answering questions? Where is the minister? So he not like the ministers, this. But the minister was there. You know, they have to remind him that the minister is the minister for the environment and he is the one that is supposed to be there to deal with this particular matter. When need be, the Prime Minister will be there, of course, like he has always done. And I believe Carissa, he has a special coming up with the I think he have a New Year conversation coming up with that's on Thursday the 15th. That's this week. on Thursday the 15th of January 2026. And of course, some of the journalists that will be there will be Curtis Matthew. You have Charles John Baptist and Kalai John Baptist and Rhonda Luke. And you also have Matthias Pelty. Yes, I. So this will be part of the panel of the media that will be having a New Year conversation with Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. And that is Thursday, 15th, and I suppose that will be live stream as well as broadcast on the various medium we have. And of course, I guess the Prime Minister will be engaging them like he does as usual occasionally to discuss some of the important things that are happening in Dominica. But it goes to tell us, gentlemen, that we are at the really critical time in our time in Dominica where, as Senior Counsel said, the hotels are there. And I remember when the Kempinski, what is now called the Continental, was being developed. And the government went to Parliament to allocate some of the lakeland, the land that was at the Cabrit area across there, where they had to allocate for that development. And the UWP was adamant that government should not make that move. But when you passed there before, all you were seeing was just trees and nothing much. But today, when you pass the Clarence and you enter inside of there is a beautiful place to be, because of the investment and the impact of the employment that is being created there. I mean, their foresight is just so short-sighted. Caller, good evening on the telephone.
Good evening, my brother. This is the Brain.
Hey, the Brain.
All night.
How are you, brother?
Tremendous batting form.
Thank you.
And you're batting well, my brother Simeon, and your team.
Thank you, Brain. You too, when we listen to you.
The airport must continue. Must never stop.
That's right.
That as our mantra. Forward ever.
Backward never.
Never. The airport must be completed on time, all things being equal.
Yes.
Okay, my brother?
Indeed.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Brother Brenda. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, sir.
I think, you know what probably get those guys really scared and things, so to bring out Nasi and things. So you see the Wednesday walk on the airport, and when people see what was happening, because probably most people see what was happening, the runway is virtually completed. I mean, I was up there. It's just around by where Garnet Didier had his house. You know when you enter that side there, Garnet Didier had his house. That's where they working backfilling and doing some little excavation and things. So that's just there to go down towards the end of the sea down there. That is just what is remaining, And then so the thing is complete.
Yeah.
And where they're doing now is not to say it's the runway, is what they call the RISA, runway emergency safety area. So that if the plane overshoot, it can go into that pattern and stop.
It's a safety area.
So a safety area. That is what they're working on.
Right. They call that the extra buffer.
Yeah. See, when I hearing things and I can explain and I understand it. So when I hear certain things and I don't understand, I go and read. I go and look it up on Google.
Right.
I just go and Google it.
Right.
So I'm hearing things. So I'm mentioning. But that is what they're working on. But the runway itself is virtually completed.
Right.
So so they're working on the safety area. I think close to 300 meters of safety area. They're working on. So that is it. So basically, what they have to do is let it settle for this year, and then by early next year,
asphalt and
start putting the aggregate on it.
Yeah.
So they have to put the aggregate, roll it nicely, put some tarish on it, and then asphalt it.
Right.
And then put the asphalt.
In the meantime, the terminal building and all the rest of the works are coming up.
The terminal building and all the rest. There are 5 floors on the control tower already.
Yes, I.
5 floors is completed. The only building that has not been started is the hangar. I think it's the hangar, yeah. The hangar has not commenced.
All right.
The plane have to repair the planes.
Yeah.
The hangar have not. They have done. When I went up there today, I drove on the back, the road for internal, coming right up by Ghana, the back by one wide piece of road, flattened and things. So all that already done, going right up to the entrance of the airport. Yeah, they building the tunnel at the back there. That is it's an internal road to traverse the area.
Yeah, it seems
that is completed.
Seems like it's really Carissa going to be a beautiful place. I think, you know, I honestly look forward to this airport. I know it is a transformational project. It's one that many governments wanted to do, you know, and I think this government has really chosen a way to do it. What I like about the way this government is doing it is not a debt to the people of this country to bear when this airport is built. Even if our population has not increased, but it is something we can afford because of the method we are using, you know. And so we will not see higher taxes on the citizens because we have $1 billion to pay for an airport. And UWP still cannot stomach it, you know, that it is the CBI that is building it. You know, even when I listened to them a couple of days ago, they're talking about it's Chinese that money that building there. No, with Chinese money. Anyway, Carissa boy,
because I can tell people at the end of December 2025, there were 417 Dominicans working there among 1,126 employees.
417 Dominicans.
400, that doesn't include Simeon.
Yeah.
The truck drivers and the persons they employ to drive the trucks for them.
Right.
That doesn't include the security because the company is not paying this. They pay the security a lump sum, and the security company pay their employees.
So these are people that are on the payroll.
So the people on the payroll.
Right.
427 persons.
Yes,
and then a lot of money spending in this country, but right, I can tell you a lot.
427.
427.
Dominicans.
Dominicans by birth.
Yes, sir. 427 Carissa, and yet still they say no Dominicans are being employed on the airport.
Brother, there's tremendous progress going on down there. I can tell you, and they tell you, seeing is believing. And you know, sometimes you drive across there and you don't really see the magnitude of the work that's really going on down there. But when you walk it, you get a different feeling.
You feel it.
And I can tell you, I took the opportunity to walk it with the Prime Minister and his team. And I mean, a lot of work is going on down there.
If you drive, for you to know, you have to drive in. You have to drive inside, but they don't allow people to come into if you don't have anything to
you have to plan with them.
Yeah, but when you walk it, you feel it.
Yeah, you get the vibes.
Yeah, you get the vibes.
Let me take this final caller before we go, gentlemen. Final caller for the night. Caller, you're live. Yes, Guada. Go ahead, yes.
Okay, Clarence and Carissa.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I don't know if Mr. saying something. What is the partner from Westfield again? The partner, the workers' partner. You don't say nothing again.
Which one is that?
What is support of the workers?
Okay, what about it?
I know probably everything.
Say what you saying, Wanda. Go ahead.
Okay. But me tell you something. You see where they stand at the airport? But in other hotels there, you know, going all the way to where they call Big Bottom, and you could stay around Cabana and see that airport because they had a hotel on top there. Because I used to work on that estate they call in Londonderry, and we used to go all around there. Okay. So when you see them making this, what I would tell to Nasio, go and take care of vehicles, deadly, they call it, increase, they can need your help, Rastafari. Rasta now, you know what kind of music that's again? Place now is the move you as a reggae artist. You say we don't need an international airport. That's what we need.
Leave Nasio alone, eh?
Traveling.
Okay, somebody like him not traveling. You following them and coming there nonsense. You up in your heels. Believe me, my boy, you take in your heels and cool down. Go and take care. Do like while you are up and up Grand Bay. Do like him. Help the poor.
Yes, Abanton.
Go and give them the love.
Yes, I.
Do like Esther.
Big up to him.
Do like them young man and come in there. No way, where they dying. So other when you go continue playing your music, you go in there and now you foreign workers, you go in there nonsense and have to say nonsense. People have someone like all your ears right in your head.
Well, he say.
What happened to people? Maybe ask her and say, long maybe them people from Catboy and for don't see you yet. Go and visit your people. And some of that nonsense say we don't need international airport. What want to say we need at least free international airport to say we don't need international airport? What do and where he living? See, man, look at where he living? He live up in this island. You know, got trees.
Of course. So how he build there now if he didn't cut a tree? he builded the tree then. Boy.
And he following them money, they're nonsense. That's my brother. That's it's going to cut your nuts, man.
I think he was used. I mean, he was used.
Thank you, brother.
He allowed himself to be. He was used. He allowed himself to be used. So
well, the Rasta man have to be smarter than that, though.
Leave Lassie alone.
Well, gentlemen, it was nice. I mean, talking to you all, and thank you again. We definitely have to keep the pressure going. We know that there may be a few, but they do things in such a way, hoping that, according to them, the outside world is listening. You know, but we want them to know they're listening to us too, and they cannot stop reggae. You know, the airport have to continue. This and I'm very pleased to see the extent of work that that the contractors have already done on the site of that new quarry. I believe that that it will be the work will go on just fine. I have no doubt the ministry and all of the professionals within the ministry are very focused on what has to be done to make sure that it happen. And so, like we saw in the time of geothermal, the same mafia and all of them tried to stop it. They see now they can't stop it, so now they choose another thing to jump on. But like anything else, it's going to happen. So thank you again, guys. It's already 11:04, and we got to make our way out of here. So I want to say thank you to the listeners and all of you who join us on the Facebook page tonight. Thank you again. And let's continue to pray for political leader Dr. Skerrit and family. Let's continue to keep all of the ministers and senators in our prayers. Let's ask God to guide them, because definitely this world we live in is a challenging one, like it or not. And we always every day we get up to one news or another news, and sometimes all news not good news. But we have to keep working, we have to keep pushing hard. So we want God to spare our beautiful nature island as we go through this process of development. And don't forget, people, that the confirmation process is on. We didn't speak on it much tonight, but there was some statement by Rodney. We'll do that in future programs. Carissa, just before you go, what's happening if Calypso is now?
Well, Calypso, the quarterfinals is on for Saturday. This Saturday, yeah. Yeah, so the quarterfinals will be at the factory 8:30, and of course we have some advanced prices, very attractive, $30. Of course, you pay $50 at the gate, or when the advanced price is closed.
Right.
So those of you who may want to have a seat, to grab a seat, you pay $60, and those of you who want to have the VIP experience, that's $100. So it remains at $100.
So some necks will be cut on Saturday?
Oh yeah, so you have 32 Calypsonians going to be battling to get a place in the 20 to go to the semi-finals. We have Peter Pross and Lady Star going to be our MCs on the night. We also have Mr. Ridge across the bridge, who is going to make a guest appearance on the show. So it's going to be a huge show. We're asking people to collect the tickets early. Tickets are available at Bullseye as we speak, or at Depex. Sometime Friday on Thursday and Friday, we may erect a tent somewhere across by Flow area to give patrons an opportunity to purchase ticket as they go along on the road.
Excellent.
So far, so good. We're looking forward to as we speak, Calypsonians are in the band house practicing with the Great Swinging Stars Band.
Right.
So let's look forward to a bumper show.
Are there any 10s this year? Stardom 10. To me, somebody said something about Stardom 10 Wednesday night. I'm not sure whether it's this Wednesday or
well, I'm happy you mentioned it. The opening of the 10th rally is going to be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Is Wednesday night.
So we're not going
and
to have a show
it's going to be at the factory.
At the factory.
It's going to be at the factory. Same time, 8:30.
Yeah.
So we and I think we have somewhere about 35 Calypsonians going to be performing. Some of them every one of them going to be performing their new song.
Right.
So it's really a practice to get into the great semi-finals.
To get them ready.
So you don't have you don't have the other one, Mascom.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't heard anything about Mascamp yet. But so far, I definitely heard Stardom 10 will be on, and so that's tomorrow night. All right. Well, so people who are at Calypso time, as you know, the season is on, and let's support the local art form, and big up to Carissa and the team. And I heard Peter Pross saying that bigging you all up for putting a ban on the road, because he said Dominicans like to say they never have Calypso. It's booyah, 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 boy. He said this time it had Calypso. But he say all them seniors behind the booyah.
The senior got so accustomed to the booyah. It has to take a little time to bring them back.
We'll have to add some booyah in the Calypso, boy. All right, gentlemen, thank you again, and thank you, listeners. And as you know, the Calypso season is on, so let's continue to support them. And as we continue in 2026 here, man. So big up again, and we will talk to you all. As we said, we will not be there this Saturday because of the Calypso, because as you know, it will be live all throughout the evening. But we will be communicating with you as we move along. So have a wonderful night rest, and God bless each and every one of you. And I said the Prime Minister, don't forget, Dr. Skerritt will be on this special program, which he will be having to discuss, of course, many things. You know our Prime Minister already, so you just have to tune in. All right, take care, and God bless you all. I leave you with our favorite song, We Shall Not Be Moved. Not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. Labour Party shall not be moved. So have a wonderful night, and God bless you.
Everybody shall learn, shall we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. They could come with propaganda, all their lies and all the slander, try to mislead the people with their hate and all their evil. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. The best thing that happened to this country is Skerritt and the Labour Party. We wanna bring to bankruptcy. Now have a growth in the economy. Got a leader with endless vision, youthfulness and dedication. Suspect that things would be tight. Went to China on the next flight. Cuba and Venezuela, what a brilliant leader. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. They could come with propaganda, all their lies and their slander, trying to mislead my people with their hate and evil. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. That's it. Everybody, put up something red, wave it over your head. All of them forget the Carib people. Labour party them on the water project. Superiors Quartet used to work to labor to build their seawall. Giro, they would have to back it. Water tank on labor fix it. Whether you teacher, leader, elder, must give credit to labor. You better believe it. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the waters, Labour Party shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that's planted by the water, Labour Party shall not be moved. Look out for a 5-star hotel, highway to Posse as well, seaport reconstruction, rosary modification. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like the trees that planted by the water.